All right, and we are live here on YouTube for some college football game day as we get ready for the semifinals here of the college football playoffs. I was not able to review the stream and didn't really have a whole lot of interest in streaming the first round of the playoffs, mainly because I felt like it was going to be a bunch of blowouts, and as I kind of predicted, it was. But we are here with round two. We will be streaming every college football game from here to the end of the season. We got tonight's game, we got tomorrow night's game, and then we got the national championship game. So only three college football games left. And we got tonight, we got the Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish going up against Penn State, and I have absolutely no idea how the team name is pronounced. The, is it the Natty Lions? I have legitimately no idea. But Penn State going up against Notre Dame here down in Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Dolphins. Should be a good one. Hopefully, you guys are excited. I know I certainly am. All right, and there we go. We got the poll in chat. If you guys want to go ahead and let us know who you guys are pulling for or who you guys think is going to win this one. My Florida Gators are already out, so I'm just rooting for good games all the way, especially now that the Georgia Bulldogs are gone. Which I will say, I kind of wish I'd streamed the Georgia Bulldogs game because that playoff round would have actually been a good one. Getting to watch the Georgia Bulldogs get eliminated from the playoffs, that would have been a great one to watch. The Texas game versus Arizona State was actually a lot better as well than I thought it would be. So yeah, I was right about the first round. The like SMU versus Penn State and all that was going to be blowouts, and went up. Round two was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I just wasn't home when a lot of the games were taking place, but I'll be home for all three of these games, and we are getting ready. So welcome on in. We got four people hanging out in chat. Again, we are we're mere minutes away here from the start of the college football playoff game here between Notre Dame and Penn State. So welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. We are all set up and ready for this one. Oh, we got everything going just right, and hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. So we got everything all set up. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll also be back tomorrow with the Ohio State versus Texas game. We'll be getting to stream that one. I don't have my rosters printed out like I normally do for the college games, so I apologize if I'm a little bit underinformed as to who some of these Penn State and Notre Dame players are, but this game should be good, and I am looking forward to it. Oh, I also need to grab something from the other room, so we will be right back. I'll throw us to a nice early commercial break, try and get some of the commercials out before we start the game. So, again, we got about 5 to 10 minutes before we're expecting to start the game, so I'm going to throw a quick commercial break in, and we will be right back, guys. So don't you worry, we will be back very soon. going. Here, yeah, we are. All right, hey Kenneth, how's it going? Uh, doing good tonight. I'm doing fantastic as well. Glad to hear from you. And again, we are getting ready for Super Football Weekend as it is Super Wild Card Weekend. We got ourselves a ton of football this weekend. We got college football today. We got college football tomorrow. We got NFL the next 3 days in a row. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. And we are here and ready for this one. So let's see. So Notre Dame, technically the underdogs, I believe, coming into this game against Penn State, but again, it is such a close game that it really is going to be a matter of a game of inches here between these two teams. All right, here we go. Get that plugged in, and we are. So here we go. Hey, Nathaniel, how's it going? All right. Yeah, well, I think a lot of us are pretty excited again. College football, NFL football. Unfortunately, both my teams are eliminated, so all I've got left to root for is good games and the downfall of the Houston Texans, but don't really have any ill will there. Any NASCAR news for us so far? The biggest news of the week for NASCAR is that four-time Indy 500 winner Elio Castroneves is actually being added to a very staunch list of Daytona 500 candidates, and I will have a video coming out on that probably Tuesday. But again, we'll have to wait and see when I can get to it. But I will have a video talking about the entry list. But we've got Mike Wallace out of the dirt world. He'll be driving the number 66 car for MBM or whatever that team is called now. We've got Elio Castroneves driving the number 91 for Project 91 along with Trackhouse Racing. Then we got obviously some of the expected returns that we normally have, which is what is it? Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr. is still planning on having his game. Oh, and we got Kitty Cat. All right, go Buckeyes, lifelong fan. Hey, I've got a friend and coworker who's a Buckeyes fan, so looking forward to streaming that game tomorrow. There we go. Pretty tight. Just let me know. Uh, what time are you doing NFL playoff games for us all? I believe I'm doing both Saturday games. I'm doing at least the early Sunday game between the Eagles and the Packers. I don't know about Sunday Night Football. Which game is that anyway? Oh, that's Commanders Bucks. That one will probably be a game time decision as to whether or not I end up streaming that one. And then Monday Night Football between Rams and Vikings will probably be a stream as well. So again, I would expect me to be streaming somewhere between 4 to 5 games this weekend. I will not be home for the 1 o'clock game between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. That's the game I probably would have wanted to stream more than any of the others this weekend because I think Buffalo versus Denver is a fun game. But nope. So there we go. But yeah, so 4:30 will be the first game there. Is my cat calling the other games? It's basically up to him. If he wants to show up and watch the games with me, he's very much allowed to pop on in here. He just comes in, nudges at my feet, and I pull him up here. He also normally tries to sleep in the corner over there, but obviously when I'm in here making a ton of noise, it is not the easiest environment for him to get a quick little cat nap in. So, yep. But yeah, he's been popping in here quite a bit though recently, so certainly not opposed to having Kitty Cat joining us for the game. All right. Yeah, welcome on in though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I know I certainly am. As we've got ourselves again a full slate of football. All right. So yeah, we got the Orange Bowl, we got the Cotton Bowl tomorrow between those two, between Ohio State and the University of Texas. So we should be having a good time. We are currently sitting 18 subscribers away from hitting 2,800, closing in on that goal there. Nittany Lions of the Detroit Lions. Well, he popped up here last Saturday for the striped kitties, but yeah, I think he'll root for pretty much any cat team. So yeah, the Penn State Lions and the Detroit Lions. Man, he showed up for the Bengals game last weekend. I'm trying to remember if he showed up for either of the Sunday games. I think he did show up for one or both of the Sunday games as well. But yep. So there we go. And here we go. We're coming back from commercial break. The Capital One Orange Bowl is getting ready to be underway. They still have a ton of people on the field, so we are probably again about 5 to 10 minutes away from having the field cleared and ready to go. But again, it is semifinals here. Um, some of the notable upsets from last week. We had Arizona State and Texas going into overtime. Texas was the favorite in that game. In fact, I think all the underdogs based on that. Yeah, the Chiefs let his Bengals down. Yeah. Yep, and in fact, that game got pulled off the air before we could even finish the stream, so we had to flip over to the Dolphins and Jets game. But yep. So yeah, so Arizona State versus Texas. That was a pretty good game. I was surprised that the Buckeyes blew out the Oregon Ducks, but Oregon Ducks really did not show up to play after the bye week. Which honestly, bye week when you have the college football playoffs the way they are, and you basically go a full month without playing for some of these teams, or close to a month without playing. I mean, that is a long break to go without a game. I mean, I get it. It's nice to be able to rest your. It's nice to be able to rest your starters, make sure everybody's healthy for the playoff run. But at some point, you almost wonder if the rust setting in there is almost worse, especially with the fact that there's already a baked in bye week for everybody. So Oregon went down to Ohio State. The Boise State, what is it? The Boise State Broncos or whatever went and took down or Boise State got taken down by the Penn State. And who was the other team that made it in? It was, oh yeah, Notre Dame taking down Georgia. I was super excited for that game. Getting to see Notre Dame take down the big bad Georgia Bulldogs. Expect Ohio State to beat Texas 31-27. Hey, that's a pretty close game. I'll gladly take a score like that. Again, for the most part, I'm just rooting for good games going on from here on. But hey, if we can see Ohio State in the national championship game against say Notre Dame, that'd be pretty good. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of connection to any of these teams, so they're doing the national anthem, and we will be getting ready for the game here shortly. All right, picking Notre Dame over Penn State 31-30, 38-31. Okay. Hey, that's a high scoring game. I certainly would love to see this game be a high scoring one like that. I think my official pick though is I actually think Penn State wins this one. I definitely think the score could be in that range, but I would actually say that I could see the score ending up more like the Texas Ohio State game score that you predicted. So I would say something like 34-31. Penn State over Notre Dame would be my official prediction, but It is definitely a close game. So there we go. Alright, a blowout of Texas is fine with me. It should be close. None of these teams are. Yeah, and that's always the best and worst part of a playoff. Once your rival teams like Michigan, for example, once Michigan is out for the Ohio State team, yeah, once you get down to all lovable underdogs, an all Big Ten championship, that would be an interesting one to see Penn State versus Ohio State. There we go. We are all set up, and we should be getting ready for this one. They're doing a quick promo for the Red Cross, and again, I will go ahead and say, yeah, our hearts go out to the all the people out in California being affected by these wildfires currently sweeping across the state, starting to affect some of the sports stadiums as well. Hopefully, the LA Rams versus Vikings game is able to go off in LA without a hitch, but obviously, yeah, safety first. And I've already heard that they've actually named the Arizona Cardinals Stadium as the reserve stadium if need be to if they need to move it. And all right, guess the kitty cat was going down, so he'll probably be back. But there we go. So, yep, kitty cat headed on out, and we are again just chilling here, getting ready for the start of this game. Um, Definitely looking forward to the NFL draft as a Colts fan. Our season ended unfortunately 2 weeks ago when we lost to the New York Giants, and again we came so close to being able to win our way to the playoffs. Ultimately, it didn't matter because of the Broncos beating the Chiefs, but would have been nice if we could have been in the fight there and actually been able to go for it. But instead, the Colts end up picking 14th in the NFL draft. Hopefully, that is still in a good enough spot to pick up Tyler Warren out of Penn State, who I believe is the best tight end in the class. I know I've got a Broncos fan who's a friend of mine who wants Tyler Warren to fall all the way to them at wherever they end up landing in the draft. But I sincerely hope that the Colts will be smart enough to realize that we need a better option at tight end, especially if we're going to stick with Richardson because of the fact that one of the biggest helps to a young quarterback is to have a security blanket and a big target tight end that you can just big target to hit over the middle of the field for short gains. I mean, as I say, look at a lot of the best teams in the league. Their tight ends are a big factor, especially young quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, massively benefiting from the fact that he has Dallas Goddard. Also, doesn't hurt that he's got some all-world receivers like AJ Brown and Devonta Smith in there contending as well. But yep, we are all set and ready for this one. There we go. And there we go. Here comes the Notre Dame Fighting Irish out onto the field. Now here comes the Penn State team. So Penn State marching on out to the field. They've won two national championships, but haven't won a national championship since the '80s, which that is a long drought, and I'm sure Penn State would love to go ahead and end that drought here tonight. Well, they can't end it tonight, but at least get back to the national championship with a chance to end the drought next week. All right, so there we go. Hopefully everybody's excited. I know I certainly am. All right, there we go. So again, Tyler Warren and Abdul Carter, I believe, are both Penn State Lions. Yep, there we go. There's Abdul Carter, defensive or deep, defensive end there, edge rusher out of Penn State. I expect him to go very high in the draft based on I've said for a while he would be a good fit in Cleveland if they don't want to say replace if they opt to not replace what's his name Deshaun Watson, because I could see, especially where they're kind of handcuffed to him financially for another year or two. I could see Cleveland going ahead and taking a defensive end and potentially learn beside Myles Garrett, potentially either become Myles Garrett's opposite, or to potentially take over if Myles Garrett plans on leaving. So that would be my plan if I'm the Cleveland Browns, or potentially just take someone like or just take the best player available, like a Travis Hunter, or a receiver to fill the gap of Amari Cooper. But again, I just think this year's quarterback class isn't worth it. So I think the Cleveland Browns should be looking to someone like an Abdul Carter to fill that spot. But yeah, we will have to wait and see on that one. Kellen Banks, offensive tackle for the Texans. Yeah, yeah. All right. For which team? For Kelvin Banks for the offensive tackle there. All right, we're about 2 minutes away here as the captains for each team have gone out to do the coin toss. But yeah, I just don't know which team you're looking for Banks, because I can think of Banks being a great offensive tackle here, similar to how Joe Alt was the top tackle last year and really redefined the entire Chargers O line here. So again, they're explaining the coin flip here. We're minutes away. Oh, for the Browns? Yeah, I could definitely see reinforcing that O line being another good way to go. I was just thinking about how I've seen a couple of our Abdul Carter highlight tapes, and he has been an absolute game wrecker. Now, realistically, I think the actual smartest move, and oh come on, we got bots popping on in here. But I think the smartest move for the Browns would be to one, try and play the New York Giants here by talking to the Vegas Raiders about trying to get them to trade up. If you can trade back to 6, or even get the Giants to overspend to jump up one spot, potentially get maybe a first rounder next year, especially if you move down to 6, still have a good shot at Kelvin Banks Jr. Or Abdul Carter, potentially at least one of those two slides, or someone like a Tetero McMillan. Yeah, for in the receiving game, one of those three easily falls. And if you can get a good first rounder for next year, like a Raiders or a Browns or a Raiders or a Giants first rounder in addition to your own, I think that there makes a ton of sense. And again, it just comes down to what the trade package ends up looking like. Again, if you're moving up from 6 to 2, especially if it's your last chance to get a quarterback, I think that is definitely worth two first rounders. So, again, we'll have to wait and see, but that would be my guess, at least, would be that I would be putting that one in. All right, so here we go. They're taken to the field, and we will have the kickoff here in just a moment. As again, the Orange Bowl getting ready to kick it off, and it will be Penn State that will receive the ball first, and so Notre Dame getting set to kick it. All right. So yep, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish lined up to get the kick, and let's see. The kick is up, and the Orange Bowl is underway as it goes out the back of the end zone and will be brought out to, I believe, the 25 here in college. So there we go. Just realized I need to fix something with the scoreboard real quick, and there we go. Alright, that way I don't end up accidentally moving anything around. Alright, and the first play of the bowl game here. Let's see. Takes snap, drops back, takes the pitch to number 10, running up the sideline. He fights for 5, 6 yards there, and we'll see where exactly he went out of bounds. But number 10 on the run game, making some progress here early, getting good yardage, and anytime you can get that first drive to go more than 3 and out, that is absolutely a great thing. And they did go 6 yards on that. Second and 4 is the measurement here as they get ready. Do they not have last names on the backs of the jerseys? That is annoying if they don't, because that was kind of my plan, was to just read the last names on the jerseys. But here we go. Quarterback in shotgun here. He's got a back off to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, throws a short pass here to number 10, the running back. First down to the 45, 50. Crosses the 50 and down about the 46-yard line here. And that is a first down, Penn State. And there we go. All right, so Penn State here with a first down, and again, some good momentum here to start this one as they are already making some waves. Here we go. Take snap. Fake. No, he actually handed it off there, but gets taken down. This time, the first time the Notre Dame team has been able to actually stop the advance of the Penn State team. Only a gain of about 1.5 yards there on that one. And it's gonna be second and short, or second and long here for Penn State. So Penn State in the huddle here. Let's see what they're gonna end up doing. If I'm them, I might fake a handoff and go for. Oh no, they're not gonna even fake a handoff. They just go for a pass play and and I said, that was a hit there from number 15 on the Notre Dame defense colliding. I don't know if that was. I certainly don't think it was intentional. I think they just didn't realize that they were both gonna be running right into each other. But yeah, Moore gets to the spot where the ball was going to be first, and then number 5, the receiver, running a little bit behind the route, probably wasn't going to get to the ball anyway, but ends up colliding there with the Notre Dame defender. Hopefully they're both okay, a little bit shaken up, but here we go. Who do I want to win this game? I don't really have a big preference, so basically I'm just rooting for a good game. I do. Oh, and we got a flag coming in here. Flag is going to stop the clock. Also, I forgot the incomplete pass stopped the clock too, so give me a moment and we will get this thing reset. All right, but yeah, so for the most part, I'm rooting for a good game and potentially my pick for the game. My pick is that I think Penn State's gonna go ahead and come away with this one, but I would not be shocked in the least bit if Notre Dame does come up big, especially after they took down Georgia a week ago. So here we go. Getting lined up once again. This time the quarterback all alone in shotgun here. Nobody in the backfield, so there's no faking a handoff here. Throws it in the flat to number 13, and he fights across the 45, and that's going to be a short gain. And that's going to be fourth down here. All right, so fourth down. It's definitely not what you want it here, as we are now 4th and 8 here. Here we go. The kick is going to be up, and they are going to go ahead and punt this one away here on fourth down. And it is going to be fair caught at the 10 by the Notre Dame number 37, Uleman, it looks like. And there we go. Again, that is the start of this football game. Penn State gets an early first down and is able to burn some time off the clock, but ultimately comes up short of points here on the first drive. And they end up kicking this one back over to the Notre Dame team. Oh. Alright, here we go. Oh, and we got another bot. Come on, man. Hate the bots. Alright, there we go. And we also got Putty Tat. Nope. I guess. Did you not want up? Alright, guess the putty tat didn't want up. He nudged my leg like he usually does when he wants up. Alright, so here we go. Do you want up, Gizzy? We are at commercial break. Don't worry, you're not missing a thing. Here we go. There we go. He was just staring up at me, so I assumed he wanted up. There we go. Alright, so the putty tat is back here as we get ready for the Notre Dame team to take the offense. And the Lions out on defense. Gizmo, you going to be the defensive tackle for the Notre Dame team here? Play alongside Abdul Carter. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, yep, here we go. Still did not have my normal computer back, which is also part of why I haven't had a whole lot of gaming channel stuff up for you guys over on that. And here we go, Riley Leonard, the quarterback here for the Fighting Irish. And let's see. All right, I will keep betting you, Izzy. All right, here we go. Notre Dame in shotgun here. No back in the backfield. Signaling a pass play here. Takes snap, throws it. Yep, there we go. Number 88 for Notre Dame gets a good pickup there. About 6, maybe 7 yards on that one. He gets shoved out of bounds as the Penn State has to come up big here, and I guess he's gonna go explore other parts here. So there we go. All right, so second and 4. So once again, similar to the first drive for Penn State, they get 6 yards on that one, and now we got second and 4 here. Hand off to the running back, runs it up the middle, and that is going to be a first down. Notre Dame. So Notre Dame is doing pretty well here. Certainly nothing to scoff at here for the Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish here. And yeah, add a couple seconds there onto the clock. All right, and there we are, run up the middle, and that's not going to gain a ton of yards, but after they got the first down on the last play from the running back, they didn't necessarily need a home run play. They just needed a solid start to a drive here, and that wasn't even a run. That was just Riley Leonard running it himself, the quarterback taking it. He's run for over 800 yards this year, so certainly a quarterback that's not afraid to do a little bit of running, but you hope that the running back can also do some work. Shotgun in formation, takes a snap, hand it off to number 4, who runs up the middle and goes nowhere on that one. It's going to be third down and 8. So third and 8, not much to really talk about here from this. As I said, Penn State's defense coming up nice and big, and if they can make this stop here, that will really halt Notre Dame's chances here. Third and 7, so they did get 1 yard on that play. As they continue to take this one away. Let's see. All right, they call the play. Takes the snap, drops back, fires over the middle, looking for it all. Oh, and he comes away with it to the 45. Number 88 on that one, and Evans comes up big. Yeah, catch there, and here we go. So they marked him out at the 43-yard line. Okay, so 43-yard line. That is where they ruled him out of bounds, and that is where this offense will start to line up here at the 43. So 43 yards away from pay dirt, and we are gonna be absolutely looking for a good one here. All right, takes snap, hand off here to number 20, runs it up the middle. Tries to find a gap, unable to do that. Gets about 2.5 yards on that one. All right, there we go. Well, come on in. We got 10 people hanging out in the chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend even just a portion of your day here as we getting ready here and crossing the 9-minute mark. And we've got 2nd and 8 here for the Fighting Irish. Yeah, Leonard all alone in shotgun here. Takes the snap, drops back, fires in the flat. No, he gets deflected. Pass deflected by number 15 on the Penn State defense. And that is that is a bat down of a pass. I do not know. Let me see if I can look up the roster here real quick. All right. So here we go. Third and 8 here. Yeah, stop the clock because that was an incomplete pass. And here we go. Leonard takes snap, drops back, fires off the hands of Evans, and that is going to be incomplete pass. And that's going to be now 4th down for the for the Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish. Penn State holding their own here. And here we go. The kick is up, and it is going to be fair caught at about the 3. All right, so there we go. Fair catch, and they have got themselves a game here. Penn State football roster. All right. Because I can read the Notre Dame guys on the back of their jerseys to get their names roughly, but for Penn State they don't have names on the back of their jerseys, so I'm having to try and guess based on numbers. And numbers in college football one can be shared. There's an offensive and a defensive number of a lot of these numbers. Like for example, 15 could be a lot of different people. Let's try and figure out who number 15 is actually. It was all right. That was Amin Van Over on that one. Was the and he's a senior this year. Okay, potential draft pick there. I don't know if he's committed to the draft or not, but if he is, that would be a potential draft pick to be looking at. Let's see. What about what number is the guy we're actually looking for, which is going to be Abdul Carter. I have no idea, so I'm going to just scroll. Okay, so Tyler Warren, the tight end I want to look at is 44. Let's see. Not seeing Carter on here anywhere. Let's see. Starting to get into the 90s. Let's see. 91. Okay, not see Abdul Carter on there. They're coming back from commercial break. And we will get a chance to see this one. Let's see. Sort by name. Just so I can find Carter real quick. All right, Abdul Carter is number 11 on the Penn State defense. And here we go, getting lined up and ready for this one. Let's see. Jersey number. All right, so we are getting ready for this next drive. This is going to be Penn State back on offense here. But they are backed up to their own 2-yard line here. As Gizzy is going to potentially hop up on the box on the other side of the room. Takes snap, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish coming in for a big stop there. Drop them back to the 1-yard line, and they are potentially putting them at risk of a safety. We see a safety here. I think that goes to show that Notre Dame's defense, at least, is certainly come to play. It's Notre Dame, or the Penn State team, going to try and do what they can here. So there we go. Notre Dame defensive player there, Riley Miles. 62 games. That's a lot of games to play in college. Takes snap, runs it up the middle. Number 13 down to the 10, but gets a good chunk of yardage there. Gets them out of the range of a potential. Gets them out of the potential of a potential safety, but they are still going to need a little bit more work here on this one. All right, number 15. So that is going to be. All right, so that is Drew Allard calling the snaps. Hands it off here to number 13. Runs up the middle, and that is going to be first down first down Penn State there. And that is number 13, running back. That is going to be Creighton Allen on the run. Takes the snap, drops back, fires off the hands of number 6. That was a big throw. They tried to make it work, and it just doesn't get there. So number 6, that was Harrison Wallace the third there. And again, incomplete pass does stop the clock here. 6 minutes 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Let's see. Penn State calls the snap, takes the snap, tosses it to number 13, runs up to the 20, and again, they are just trying to get some yardage here, try and convert these first downs. See what they can get done, and so far it's working for them. Again, slow and steady may win the race here if they can just keep this one going. So, third down conversions here. They've been successful 70% of the time on third down here this year. Drew Allard calling the snap. Gets up close to his O-lineman to potentially adjust the play. Takes snap. Drops back. Looking. Fires. Over the middle. Incomplete to number 6. And that is going to stop the clock. And they are going to be on fourth down here. 4th and 5 for the Penn State, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish came up big here, and now they're going to be able to force a punt. And now Notre Dame will get another shot to try and go at it on offense here. There we go. One of the Penn State defenders ends up taking down the return guy. Didn't happen to see if he signaled a fair catch or not. I would have assumed that normally they do, but I guess maybe he didn't signal a fair catch and he got nailed for it. So again, no real change here. It is going to be Notre Dame's ball. So we'll go ahead and move the ball on over. All right. All right. Man, it is warm in here, which is weird because it's cold literally everywhere outside. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, the Rams game has officially been moved. The Vikings versus Rams game will be moved to the Arizona field. And say it is on. And say it will go on schedule here, and that is a big one there. So yeah, the Arizona Cardinals will play host to a playoff game this year as the Rams and Vikings game due to the LA wildfires that we talked about earlier. The game has officially been moved for that one. The Monday night's NFL playoff game has been moved. The Minnesota Vikings will get to take on the Rams in somewhat neutral, if not actually favorable conditions for the Vikings, as the Minnesota Vikings will actually get to play in a division rival stadium there. Because the Cardinals being a division rival to the Rams, you might expect that maybe some upset Cardinals fans might come out to boo their division rival. So certainly not an advantage, I don't think, for LA, and they would have much rather been able to utilize their home stadium, but it has officially been moved. So there we go. We got that update while we are just coming back from a commercial break, and again, we will be getting ready for this one. Oh yeah, I know. I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, prayers going out to them, and hopefully the LA wildfires can get under control here soon. But for the moment, it seems like a lot of things are getting moved out of LA, at least for the time being. Here we go, coming down for the offensive snaps here. Let's see. Takes the snap. Riley Leonard throws it, and he gets taken down as he throws it, and that is going to be a 2nd and 10 here. But yeah, definitely not a great, uh, not a great week for LA, and again, hopefully nobody else gets hurt. Because I think there's already been a few injuries, and I haven't seen an exact total as to the amount of casualties potentially from any of these wildfires. But yeah, again, hopefully they can get them contained here shortly. Takes a snap, and Leonard runs it up the middle, and that is going to be 3rd and long here. Once again, they are going to be trying to play this one 3rd and long, though. Not really a great spot to be in. All right, there we go. The next commercial break, I'm going to need to get some more water. Here we go. Takes. Oh, no. Oh! Potentially getting them to. As I say, we do have a flag coming in here. Potential false start. Question is, who is at fault? Because I saw all the Penn State guys moving, and I didn't see a single Notre Dame guy moving. But if and yeah, it is on Notre Dame. All right, so let's see. I don't see a move. I don't see them. I don't see anybody moving on that one. 3rd and 12 here for Notre Dame, but I did not see the penalty on that one. But here we go, 3rd and 12 here for Notre Dame, and clock continues to tick here. 3rd and 12. Takes snap, drops back, looking, throws out of the middle of the field, and oh, he gets picked! He gets picked off by number 6, and that is going to be an interception. And that is going to be momentum swinging back into Penn State's favor once again here. And the interception there for Notre Dame. That is a crusher here. What a disheartening way for Notre Dame's second drive of the night to end after their first drive ended in essentially a 3-and-out. I believe they did get a first down or two, but ultimately they had to punt it away after a couple of plays. They're going to commercial break. I'm going to throw a quick commercial break and grab some water, and we will be right back, guys. All right, here we go. Let's see. Notre Dame, good fortune with turnovers tonight in the playoffs. Doesn't hold up tonight. Yeah, so far, I mean, the good thing is that their defense has been able to come up just as big and has been able to stop the Penn State team from really moving, including on that last drive where they nearly got a safety on them. But yeah, so far this is going to be a defensive game and probably a lower score than we both theorized. Starting to think maybe closer to something like 24-21, not a 34-21. Just based on how slow they've been starting this one up, and obviously we could start to see some of that shift here in the later part of the drives. Here we go. And we are back from the commercial break, and we should be seeing the Penn State team taking over here. Takes the snap, throws it up and over the head of number 10, and that is going to be incomplete pass, and that will stop the clock. Yeah, over the head of number 10 there on the Penn State team. That was who dat? That was number 10. That was Nicholas Singleton on the carry there for them. Hey, Mike, how's it going? We are doing some college football tonight. We got ourselves a pretty good game going so far. Takes a snap, throws it up. There's Tyler Warren to the 50, to the 45. There we go. Big time play there from Tyler Warren out of Penn State, and that is a big time first down for the Penn State Natty Lions. I apologize if I am completely butchering that, but I'm assuming that's Natty Lions. Again, if you guys know the pronunciation, feel free to correct me and let me know so I can get it right. But yep, we got this game. We got Ohio State versus Texas tomorrow, and then we got NFL football the rest of the weekend. Takes snap, drops back, fires it up. Drew Aller looking for Tyler Warren again. It goes just over his head there. All right, let's see. Notre Dame quarterback. It's been fairly uneventful on both sides of the offense today. Obviously, we just had a big play from the Penn State offense here, but so far the Notre Dame quarterback has thrown one interception, and both teams have been kind of limited in terms of yards so far. Although he has made a couple of good plays with his legs, a couple of good runs up the middle for number 13 on the Notre Dame team. Takes snap, here we go, hand off to number 10, runs it up the side, and that is going to be fourth down for the Penn State, and here we go. Let's see, doing any Wildcats football, college football. You talking about the Kansas State Wildcats? I'm assuming. Because Wildcats, there's a lot of different Wildcats in college football, if I'm not mistaken. Although I thought Penn State was Wildcats too, but apparently they're Lions, which is not what I necessarily thought they were. There we go. Hand off to number 10. First down. And there we go. They get the fourth down conversion, and it is going to be good. All right. So there we go. Singleton gets this one done. They see a lot of defenders there. Arizona Wildcats. Okay. Goes to show how many that there's more than one Wildcats. I believe the Arizona Wildcats season is done, which means they won't be playing again until next year. We'll have to wait and see as to what I end up doing next year with the college games, because again, that will largely depend on schedule. But here we go, number 13, taking it and running on the Penn State, and they're getting this one. Again, that fourth down conversion was huge. But yeah, the only remaining college games for this year tonight we got Ohio State versus Texas, and then the winners of these two games will play 1 week from Monday in the national championship game. So that is the current schedule there. Am I doing any Arizona Wildcats football? Okay, I just answered that one. Any LSU Tigers football? Again, LSU's done for the year as they failed to make the college football playoffs and have already played their additional bowl game. So it takes snap, looking, fires. Drew Aller finds a target and gets it across the first down, and that is going to be first down for the Penn State Lions. So there's only 3 college football games left on the year, and I will be broadcasting all 3. So they are now easily within field goal range. They can definitely get a field goal here at the very least. So Penn State should come away with points at the very least, and possibly the first touchdown of the game. Yeah, but again, it is 1st and 10 here. What teams are in the playoffs in college football? So the teams remaining, we've got tonight's game between Notre Dame and Penn State, and then tomorrow night will be the other game of the semifinals with the two other remaining teams, Ohio State versus the University of Texas. So that is the other teams that made the college football playoffs have already been eliminated. So it's 4 teams playoff here. Throws it up, looking for the end zone, incomplete. That is gonna stop the clock there for the Penn State Lions. They threw it up incomplete to the end zone. It's gonna be 3rd and 4 here. All right, so there we go. All right, so again, 3rd and 4 here. Let's see, 45 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Still plenty of time. But here we go. From the 9, lined up in shotgun formation. He has a back off to his right, takes the snap, drops back, looking for the end zone, throws it up, and it's going to be intercepted. It's an interception, and Notre Dame comes down with it. Oh, well, we got a flag. Hold up, we got a flag. We will be right with your question right there. Who's Ohio? Nathaniel, if you know who Ohio State's quarterback is this year, feel free to go ahead and let me know because I don't know off the top of my head. I can look it up, but I have not watched a ton of Ohio State football. But let's see, what is this flag for? Let's see. Okay, it looks like holding on the defense, at least from what I can tell. But I'm trying to read lips here. Let's see. Will Howard is the quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So Will Howard is the guy to watch tomorrow. And here we go. So it was holding on the defense, so it's going to be first and goal. Reset the downs and driving up the middle. The Penn State team once again fighting. It's going to be down to about the 2, maybe the 3 yard line here. But they are fighting here and they're trying to make this one work. So Creighton Allen on the carry that last time, number 13 for the Penn State team. All right, let's see. So again, I don't know if he's eligible for the draft. Let me go ahead and look at the thing again. Here we go. Handoff to Creighton. Not able to get any yards there. Might have even lost a yard there as the first quarter will come to an end. And that is where they will send it to commercial break. And we will go ahead and flip it on over to the next quarter. All right. All right. So Ohio State, Will Howard is projected to be a third or a day 3 pick for the NFL draft, which means he will be somewhere between a round 4 and 7 pick, probably. Again, that is just projection. It could be way off. Has Howard had a good season? He's gotten them to the playoffs, but again, the fact that he's likely to be a fourth to seventh round draft pick as a quarterback is definitely not great. Has Penn State's quarterback been good? Well, honestly, today they've been focusing a lot more on the run game, but I've heard a lot of things about Drew Aller as potentially the third or fourth best quarterback in this year's draft class. So I could see Drew Aller maybe being a third round pick, but again, their run game and defense have been the name of the game for the Penn State team so far, especially in tonight's game. Drew Aller. He wears number 15, and that is Penn State's quarterback. Drew Aller. Allar. Coming out of, and he was actually a hometown, or he would be a hometown kid in Ohio, as he's actually comes from Ohio. Longhorns quarterback, that is unfortunately probably going to be Quinn Ewers, who I don't think is actually the best pick for the team because I think absolutely the Longhorns should be going with their backup Arch Manning, who will be their starter next year. But Quinn Ewers is gearing up for the NFL draft. So Quinn Ewers is the current starting quarterback though for the Texas Longhorns. And we'll get to see him tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get to see at least some of Arch Manning because I'm looking forward to seeing Arch Manning next year. Even if he doesn't go to the Colts, if he ends up a Giant or whoever else, yeah, Quinn Ewers is in the draft. He's been talked about for years, and it looks like he might finally have a shot at getting drafted later this he'll finally be able to get drafted. But I've heard him potentially being in the draft for the last 2 years. So I think this is his last year of eligibility. So throws it up and incomplete to number 10. There we go. Arch Manning, a Colt son. So Arch Manning is actually the son of the third Manning brother. So you obviously know about Eli and Peyton. They actually have a third brother who is actually more athletic than either of the other two, but he had some health challenges that ultimately kept him out of the NFL. Um, and here we go, fourth and goal for the Penn State. But yeah, so Arch Manning is out of that Manning family, but again, he is. And Notre Dame calling their first time out of the night. Gonna go ahead and try and ice the kicker here for the for Penn State. But yeah, so yes, he is one of those Mannings. Trying to let me see if I can figure out if I can remember the name of his dad. Cooper Manning was the third Manning. So again, yeah, that was the third brother to Eli and Peyton. Yeah, he is scheduled to be part of the 2026 draft class. Don't think there's any, at least as far as I know. Actually, there is a player I'll tell you about in a moment. But yeah, Deion Sanders, his kid is up for the draft in 2025. Deion Sanders' son, Shador Sanders. Penn State kicks the football up, and it will be good. There we go, 3-0 lead for the Penn State Lions. So yeah, so Shador Sanders, as far as I know, is the most famous of the for a father son kind of duo for the NFL. He played in he played in Colorado this last year, with his dad as head coach. So again, he should be coming out of the draft, and again, he is likely either going to be the first or second overall pick. It looks like. Again, it's possible that he might slide a little bit just due to the fact that some of those teams don't necessarily need quarterback, and I honestly don't know if he's the best one. No, he is not. As far as I know, he's not related to Barry Sanders. He's related to former Cowboys defender Deion Sanders. Again, I don't know if there's any actual connection there, but my guess is that it's just a popular last name. Kick is up, and it will be Notre Dame ball in the back of the end zone and brought out to the 25. But yeah, so there we go. But yeah, the last name doesn't necessarily mean a ton, especially when it's a somewhat common name like Sanders. But yeah. Not Colorado State, University of Colorado specifically. He was a Colorado. He was part of the University of Colorado Buffaloes. All right, here we go. Notre Dame lined up in shotgun, takes the snap, handoff here to number 24, and he gets stopped for a big loss. Yeah, so yeah, there's a couple of Colorado Buffaloes in the draft process this time around. Yeah, Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter are the most notable, though. So a multiple yard loss here, though, early on. Not a great one. 4 yard loss, actually, officially, after they measured it. So it's going to be a 4 yard loss here for the for the Notre Dame team. Penn State's defense, again, coming up big. All right. Takes the snap, handoff here, runs it with number 24 up the middle. Ooh, wow, that is some good running there from number 24. Tosses the ball away. Yeah, but here we go. All right, so that is looks like Price on the back of the jersey. So there we go, number 24 on the runner. All right. So yeah, time is ticking though. 13:42 on the clock here as the time continues to tick. Takes the snap and Riley Leonard gonna run it himself for the first down. There we go. All right, so they got the first down there with Riley Leonard, and we got a Penn State or not Penn State, a Notre Dame guy down on the field here, injury timeout, and that will be clock stopped at 13:16 here. Penn State player number 54 is down on the field. Hopefully he will be okay. Again, don't really know what the exact injury was. All right, they're going to commercial break, so gives me a chance to go ahead and try and look this one up real quick. Notre Dame roster. That's number 54. That is Anthony Anthony Knapp on that one. Any good wide receivers in the draft? Okay. The best wide receivers in the draft. So you've got obviously Travis Hunter, who is the two-way player. He can play. He plays both offense and defense. When he's on offense, he plays wide receiver. When he's on defense, he plays corner. It's unsure as to what role he'll play when and if he gets drafted to the NFL. Theory is that he'll probably play mostly cornerback and will be brought in for, say, red zone receptions in the or third downs on the offensive side of the ball. But again, it kind of does depend on where he ends up getting drafted and what that team desperately needs. Like, for example, the Patriots needing a wide receiver more might use him as a wide receiver first and a corner second. But again, it comes down to what team ends up drafting him. Then for dedicated wide receivers, you've got Tedero McMillan and Luther Burden, who are kind of the two best of the dedicated wide receivers, at least as far as I'm aware. There, it's very possible that there might be another one that I just don't know about off the top of my head, but those are the kind of three best ones. Oh yeah, Emeka Abua is the other one that I was thinking of. He's an Ohio State wide receiver. So yeah, Abu Abuka. So there we go. And Tosh Baker into sub for the injured Knapp. And here we go. Let's see. And we got a timeout being called here once again. All right, let's see. They are blowing the whistle, so we're gonna have to wait and see. Knapp walking potentially towards the sideline here. Gonna almost certainly be out for at least a little while here. Oh, and they're resetting the clock to 21 seconds here in the game. So, Penn State, their best wide receiver, specifically if you're looking at wide receiver, I don't know. I would say their best pass catching option is number 44, Tyler Warren. He's a tight end. Number 6 has been the guy they've been throwing at the most. So Harrison Wallace, the second, or sorry, Harrison Wallace the third. He's the who I would assume is listed as the number 1 on their depth chart for wide receiver. Notre Dame fires it up to number 10, Mitchell, here on that one. Is Notre Dame wide receiver in the draft? They don't have a first round. Yeah, so there's no likely first round picks for Notre Dame in the on the wide receiver side of things. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any Notre Dame wide receivers in the draft here. And Riley Leonard runs it up the middle and first down Notre Dame. They managed to make that one work. Chris Mitchell is coming out of Notre Dame this year. Uh, there's a chance he might get drafted again. That one is very much up in the air, though. All right. So yeah, time is ticking here, and let's see. Takes snap, handoff here to number 4, the running back out of Notre Dame, and that is a that is a strong run. Okay, so number 4, that is Jeremiah Love on the run there the for Notre Dame. He's been carrying quite a few of the Notre Dame carries. What college did Brock Bowers play for? He played for the Georgia Bulldogs last year. And the best tight end in this year's draft, probably either Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. I would lean towards Tyler Warren. Here we go. Riley Leonard gets taken down for a sack, and that is a big tackle there, and it's gonna hurt them. They are on third down. I have no knowledge of that. If it is true, I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but regardless, it doesn't affect him as a player, so I don't really care about that. No offense. But here we go. Let's see. Third and 10. So after the sack, they are right back where they started 2 plays ago. Riley Leonard calling the play into the O line here. Takes the snap, throws it up, and finds number 1. And he fights for about 3-4 yards before he gets taken down, and that is going to be fourth down here for the yeah. That's going to be fourth down for him, and that was Jaden Greathouse on the catch. But again, 4th and 7, they're going to send out their punting unit, possibly a field goal kicker. I'm not sure. Nope. Yep, it is going to be a punt. So yeah, they got their punter out there. And Zion Tracy on the return here. Give me a moment. So here we go. The kick is up, and it is going to be fair caught at the 10. So any Bulldogs in the draft? I know Carson Beck, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, has opted to go back to college and will get into the transfer portal for his 5th year of college football. Um, I think the best Bulldog in the I think the best of the Georgia Bulldogs in the draft are going to be their defensive. They've got a linebacker that I've heard is pretty good. They've got a linebacker. They've got a linebacker and a safety. Malachi Starks, the safety, and linebacker. What's his name? Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker being listed as an inside linebacker there. Best kicker in the draft. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know of any great kickers in college, but it also, again, I don't watch a ton of college, so I don't know for sure. Typically, when I look for kickers, I actually typically look towards the spring leagues, so UFL, XFL, whatever, USFL, or whatever it is now. Yeah, that's where they've gone. That's where kickers like Brandon Aubrey and Jake Bates were both found in the spring leagues. Again, I don't know who the best kickers are in college football this year or punters. So there we go. We are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Yeah. Best safety, probably Malachi Starks out of Georgia. He's the safety I've heard the most about. So, again, my guess would be that he's the best safety in the draft this year. But yeah, that's ultimately the thing with kickers is that they really, um, as long as you have an okay one, you're not too upset about it. Obviously, the better you can have for a kicker, the great. But I mean, there's so many kickers that can kick somewhere between a 40 and 50-yard field goal that they're outside of the very rare occasion where you would need a 60 to 7 to 65-yard field goal. You really don't need anything better than just your average kicker. All right, so let's go ahead and fix the clock here as we are coming back from commercial break. Clock was slightly off here. And Penn State is got the ball. There we go. 2nd and 10, incomplete pass there. Knocked 5 seconds off the clock. All right, here we go. Let's see. Drew Aller in shotgun. Takes a snap. Handoff here to number 13. Finds a gap. Fights his way up the middle. And he manages to avoid the tacklers and gets another 10 yards there. There we go. 20-yard carry from out of number 13 on that Penn State offense there. Number 13, that is going to be Creighton Allen again, running it up the sideline there. It's going to be 2nd down again. So again, he's doing pretty well tonight so far. So 2nd and 8. Let's see, what do we got? All right, takes the snap and he's just Tyler Warren runs it up the middle. There we go. Here we go. All right, Mike, please let's not spam the chat, please. So I will get to your question in a moment, but I don't watch enough college football to know what players have the best celebrations or whatever. I mean, I watch my Gators, and that's about it until we get close to the playoffs. And that's where I start to learn about some of these players through the draft. But again, I don't know every single player in the college football. And once again, Tyler Warren with the football, and he runs it for a gain and gets about 8 yards on that one. There we go. 2nd down, but number 44 coming up big. Tyler Warren with some real just redefining plays here. Getting good yardage, cross the 40 and crosses the and gets close to the 50 here. Ultimately, going to step out just shy of the 1st down. So it was going to be 2nd and 1 here for the Penn State team. Oh, and they added a bit of time onto the clock there. All right, and here we go. Hand off to number 10. Runs it up the middle, and there we go. Finds some good yardage. 1st down, Penn State. There we go. Number 3, Buffaloes. Okay, that That is number 3 on the Buffaloes. That would be Travis Hunter. There we go. Drew Aller takes it and runs it himself this time up the sideline, and that's gonna be second down. Good gain there. But yeah, number 3 on the Buffaloes is the same person for offense and defense. All right, there we go. Oh man, it is really warm here. Let's see. So takes the snap and handoff here to number 13, Creighton Allen, who runs it up the middle. And that's gonna be a first down for the for Penn State here. Takes the snap, handoff here to number 13, runs it to the edge, finds the 20-yard line. So again, yeah, Penn State doing a great job here of just moving the football down the field. Takes snap, handoff to number 13. All right, there we go. Third down. All right, let's see. What do we got? So, 3rd and 5 here for the Penn State team. And let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so again, time's starting to tick away here just a little bit. Pitch to the to number 10, who fights his way up the middle, and that's gonna be 4th and short. It's not good that it's 4th down, but he just made this thing achievable. So number 10, that was Singleton on the carry there, and it's 4th and 2 here. And let's see. What do you do if you're Penn State here? They're leaving the offense out here. They're going to try and go for it. Takes the snap and Tyler Warren crossed the first down marker. And there we go. Future Colt there. Travis Hunter mock draft pick number 2 by the Browns. Yeah, again, we kind of talked about what the Browns should do earlier. We think somewhere. I still think Abdul Carter could be a good pick there. Get another D lineman to learn from Myles Garrett. Yeah, I think if you potentially stack them and then you have 2 Myles Garretts, or potentially if Myles Garrett ends up leaving in free agency in a year or two, Travis Hunter certainly not a bad pick. Handoff here to number 10, runs up the middle. Yeah, Travis Hunter, not a bad pick. I just don't want to see him go quarterback. I also could see him go Calvin Banks Jr. for the Browns. So, there we go. And, oh, man, the number 10 just gets his helmet knocked off. Hopefully, again, he's okay there. Any thoughts on the draft and Hunter? I mean, if you're talking about if any thoughts on my team drafting Hunter, there's just no way he would be available. I think there's a good chance that he ends up going to either Jacksonville or New England. I think one of those two teams will decide that, hey, we need a cornerback, we need a wide receiver. Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders for Titans. It's going to be a quarterback. It just comes down to which one impresses them more throughout the process, and ultimately, I think a lot of that's going to come down to how they perform in the combine, which is still a long ways off. So here we go. 3rd and 3. Takes snap, handoff to number 10. Runs it in. Touchdown! Penn State. There we go. Penn State with the touchdown, and that is going to be a 9-0 game here. So Penn State starting to pull away with a little bit of a lead here. There we go. All right. 10 people though hanging out in chat again. Thank you guys for all 10 of you guys that have decided to spend even just a portion of your Thursday evenings here with me as we are getting ready for this one. We're also getting ready for the new NASCAR season, which is less than a month away here. About 35 days out from Daytona. Kick is up and it is good. And that will go ahead and make this one a 10-0 game. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. It'll be Notre Dame ball when they come back, and we will be ready for some football. Alright. So yeah, I'll be putting together my wild card round predictions. Alright, just checking out the good old Twitter. Not seeing anything really to mention there. Alright, again, we're just chilling out here during the Mason Graham. He's the defensive lineman out of he's out of Michigan, right? He's the D lineman out of Michigan, I think. If I'm thinking about the right guy, yeah, okay. I think he could be good. Again, it's just one of those things that it comes down to who needs defensive interior more than I think potentially him to the Raiders or Panthers, assuming that Raiders don't trade up for a quarterback. I could Panthers interior D line could be a good spot. They could definitely use someone after they got rid of. Let's see. Well, I'll end up doing a full on mock draft during the during each NFL game later this weekend. So if you want to see mock draft content, feel free to drop the subscribe and tune in for those games later on this weekend. But yeah. I don't think cornerback to the Jets. I think the Jets, they've got bigger issues in corner, and especially if they are able to retain DJ Reed, which I don't know if they're going to be able to. But I still think they've got bigger issues. I think the Jets should be looking for offensive line in the draft. I think if they can get Calvin Banks, they will be absolutely stoked. Yeah, and the kick is up, and it is going to be out the back of the end zone, and it will be Notre Dame taking over the ball at the 25-yard line. But yeah. All right, so there we go. We are getting ready for this one. All right, so here we go. First and 10 here. 2:18 on the clock. And let's see. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires. Finds number 20 for about an 8-yard gain. Good pass there for Leonard. Riley Leonard on the carry, or on the throw. Manages to find a defender there. Let's see. All right. Yeah, again, I haven't done a ton of mock drafts just because, again, I don't know a whole lot about the about outside the top 10, but also I'm also a frequent guest over on the Hard Count podcast. Link in the description to the Social Sports Pad Network. If you guys want to go ahead and drop a subscribe over there, if you guys want to hear me talk more football over there, I'm over there. Pretty close to a weekly basis. We also got the NASCAR podcast, The Lap Down, coming back this year. Looking to make our return later this month with that one. And then we also have podcasts on virtually everything else you guys could want. Yeah, baseball. Yeah, I don't know if we have a basketball one, but we got hockey. We've got I believe a wrestling podcast now in the mix as well, or at least in the process of being developed. So a lot of podcasts over there. If you guys want to check that out, I believe that is the bottom link in the description. Social Sports Pad Network over on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. So there we go. And also, of course, we are absolutely just driving towards this next subscriber milestone of 2,800. We are currently sitting at 18 subscribers away. Would love to see if we could hit this milestone. Honestly, if we could hit uh, if we could hit 2785 by the end of the weekend, so 3 more subscribers throughout this weekend, that would be amazing. So there we go. Let's see. All right. Still so here. I wish it wasn't so pressingly hot in here. All right, well, maybe I'll check him out at some point. But yeah, right now we are live here though. Ready? We got, I believe, 2 minutes left here in the college football playoff game here. Let's see. So yeah, the winner of this game will go to the national championship game along with Penn State. So yeah, so it is exactly 2 minutes. So we just had the 2 minute warning here. Takes the snap, drops back, fires over the middle, finds 88 for a first down. There we go. But again, Notre Dame has to know that they don't have a lot of time to make up the time here. Let's see. Takes snap, drops back, looking, and being down by 10 is not a good thing, and throws a just complete dart there. Can't find its mark, and that is going to continue the clock running. Why is. I think that should be an incomplete pass, and I should have stopped the clock, I think. And I say, if he'd been tackled before he got the ball out, maybe. But yeah, there we go. Stop the clock at 1:30. There we go. So 90 seconds left here. Again, they got to try and find something. So that was Mitchell Evans on that one. There we go. Man. All right. How should the Vegas Raiders draft in 2025? Again, I've said this a couple times already. Mike, first off, please keep your messages to so I can actually get to them. And again, I don't need you to send the same message twice in a row. I will get to it. Am I doing any more streaming? Yes, I am streaming tomorrow's college football game between Ohio State and Texas. I will be streaming both games on Saturday for the NFL. I will be streaming at least one game, the Eagles versus Packers game on Sunday. Probably the Sunday night game as well. I don't know about that one right now. That is Commanders Buccaneers, and then the Monday night game is an almost certain one. And there we go. Notre Dame trying to get down the field here, but yeah, the Raiders. What I think they should do is I think they should focus on their defense for the draft. The Raiders already fired their head coach. They fired their head coach earlier today. They fired the GM, so they've got a complete blank slate there. But I think that they should probably focus on drafting defense. But I could also understand it, that with their quarterback situation, they could potentially trade up to get one. Throws it, finds the completion, cross the first down marker, and there we go. All right, let's see. Rand Cathlon. Honestly, don't know if I could tell you who the Raiders GM was. I know they fired him today. GM uh, GM Telesco. Tom Telesco. There we go. Tom Telesco. And Antonio Pierce, their head coach, already went a little while ago. Would the Cowboys fire their coach? They don't really have to because the contract they currently have with their coach is up at the end of the day or up at the end of the week anyway. So I believe on Monday the they could have a they could be done with McCarthy as is, but they did block the Bears from talking to their head coach, so it is possible they are planning on bringing him back. But Colts already said they're keeping their coach and GM, which I'm not most thrilled about. I think they should have potentially gotten rid of the GM, but they got rid of the defensive coordinator. We'll see if that's enough. But here we go. Drops back, fires, and there we go. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so the Colts already said though that they aren't firing Shane Steichen or their GM. Again, coaches that are on the hot seat, they've all, I say, pretty much they've all already been fired. We've had 6 firings already, and again, aside from maybe McCarthy getting let go by the Chargers, I don't really see or not the Chargers, the Cowboys. I don't see any other head coaching vacancies becoming available. And say if the Giants were going to do it, they would have done it already. I know the Giants are one of those teams that was upset that they didn't fire a head coach. Yeah, same thing with the Dolphins being upset that they didn't get rid of Chris Greer, their GM. Here we go. Let's see. 39 seconds on it. Nope, 39 seconds. I had just forgotten to stop the clock when they threw an incompletion there, and oh man, that just got nailed by number one. So there we go. You need to take a second timeout off the board here for the Notre Dame because they went ahead and do there. And oh, there we go. Penn State calling their first timeout here with 18 seconds on the clock. So Penn State calls their first timeout. And now we got ourselves and all right, they actually called it with 20 seconds, so we're gonna go ahead and add 2 seconds there. So yeah, the winner of tonight's game will be going to the national championship game against the winner of tomorrow night's game between Ohio State and Texas. And then the winners of those two games will play. Will play for the national championship again a week from Monday. So they will get essentially a full week off to prepare for the national championship. And in fact, the winner of this game actually gets an extra day to prepare over whoever the winner of Oregon State versus or not Oregon State, Ohio State versus oh, we got people pointing at people for potentially jumping off sides here. Let's see. Oh, the ball was never snapped. What? What happened there? The ball was never snapped, and they just clobbered it. They just clobbered them. Have absolutely no idea what was going on there. Yep. Yes, we do, Mike. Now let's see. What's the flag? Who's the flag on here? Offsides on the Penn State side. So Penn State was offsides before the ball was never snapped. It was either going to be delay of game or offsides on one of the two teams. So now it's 3rd and 1 for the Notre Dame offense here as they go ahead and take a snap here. They got 20 seconds to try and go ahead and get this one. So here we go, 3rd and 1. In shotgun here. Takes the snap, drops back, fires a quick pass here to number 20. And nearly clobbered somebody on the sidelines there. And that is going to be, I believe, 16 seconds on the clock. And once again, they got the first down, which is enough to continue the drive here. All right, so that was number 18 for. That wasn't. They've taken Riley Leonard out of the game. That's weird. So here we go. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, and Notre Dame takes a big sack. And if they don't call a timeout, this will likely end the quarter here, or end the half. Let's see. And they're just going to go ahead and let this one run out. Oh, nope. There's going to be a stoppage with 2 seconds, it looks like. But yeah, that was a really high snap and just a really poor timed. And that was Abdul Carter, number 11, coming in there off the edge to take down the quarterback. So there we go. Abdul Carter there. No, the Oregon Duck is not the same. Is not the same as Donald Duck, even though they're both ducks. A duck is a very common animal. And Notre Dame did call their final timeout here to go ahead and set themselves up for a potential last-second kick. So they're going to at least attempt to kick this one and narrow it to a 7-point lead here. So number 98 on the kick here. Takes the snap. The kick is up, and it is going to be to the right, but it is good. There we go. And that will end the second. That will run both seconds off the clock. We got ourselves a 3-10 football game here. Penn State holding a lead. And there we go. So re-adding the timeouts in. Let's get the quarter moved over, and then we will go ahead and head to halftime here. If you guys are new here, during halftime we will be going ahead and playing a couple of rounds of Pokemon, mainly because I didn't have time to go ahead and make update the NFL quiz thing that I do, but there we go. Best running back all time for the Colts. I don't really know if we've had a better one than JT, so I'm just going to say Jonathan Taylor for that one. And I don't know off the top of my head if we've had a better one, and Taylor's the best I've seen in my time as a Colts fan, so that's what I'll go with for my answer. So there we go. Is Deion Sanders the one that did the shark celebration? I have no idea because, again, I don't watch a ton of college football. Yeah, I know. Prayers for California. The wildfires are absolutely insane. We are getting ready for this one. Hopefully, you guys are excited. I know I certainly am. But we already know that the playoff game between the Rams and Vikings has been moved out of LA and will be played instead in the Arizona Cardinals Stadium down in Arizona. So, yep. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in here, get a battle or two. We're gonna do some doubles, and yep, should be a good one. So again, we are at halftime. You guys are not missing anything. If you guys are here for the college football game, we are at halftime, and we will be back in a few for halftime. So there we go. Getting the time all synced up. New ranked battle season. Let's go ahead and get our rewards for finishing top 35,000. Ooh, we got a couple friend balls. All right, we'll go. And we get one TM there. All right, so yeah, double battle is where we're gonna be playing. That's the team I've got built already. Oh man, that's unfortunate there, Mike. Sorry about that one. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have been losing their houses to this wildfire over in LA. And that just kind of is what happens with wildfires, unfortunately. Alright, so let's see if we can get a good battle going, and, alright, let's see. Yeah, we're just chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Alright. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. I see 2 dark types, potentially 3, because we don't know the Urshifu form. Yeah, prayers for New Orleans as well. They had the terrorist attack over the weekend, which sent the Georgia Bulldogs game, Georgia Bulldogs, I believe, versus Notre Dame back a day, which was not great. If I'd known that it was going to be earlier in the day, I would have streamed that one, but I just didn't know about it being earlier in the day. So I think I'm going to go with these ones. I think Snowcat and Grimmsnarl should be a good lead, and then Fluttermane Ho-Oh should be able to absolutely tear up the backup. So there we go. I'm expecting that we're probably going to see I'm expecting that we'll probably see Tailwind from the bush if we see him on the lead. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that, but honestly, I don't. Until we know what they're doing with Darnold, I wouldn't expect to see McCarthy get traded. Now, if we see McCarthy get, or if we see them re-sign Darnold to say a 4 or 5 year deal, I can see them potentially then being open to the potential of trading. To the potential of trading McCarthy, but I don't really think that we're gonna see a trade like that. I think the closest we'll get to a JJ McCarthy trade will be that people will be talking about it up to the draft, but ultimately I don't think we'll see anybody actually get moved. Similar to the hypothetical trade of that we were talking about with Justin Herbert last year. Will Levis, he'll probably just get cut. I mean, maybe Tennessee keeps him on as a backup, but I don't see a world in which where he actually has trade value. So, yeah, I don't see a world where he actually has a ton of trade value. So, that would be my only concern there with Will Levis getting traded. So, yeah, again, and that's not me saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that I don't think that anybody will want Levis, in terms of a trade. So, yeah. What about Franks? I have absolutely no idea who that even is. Alright. So here we go. Okay, Chew goes protect, okay. Let's see, what do we end up getting here? Oh, Sucker Punch does a massive chunk there. There we go. Franks of the Falcons. Again, I don't really know. I've never even heard the name before now, so yeah, I've got no idea if he'll be traded or not. Don't know him, so I don't know if he's a good player or not. Spot in here. Ho-Oh and Fluttermane, so we can go ahead and hopefully make this one happen. So we're going to go ahead and Charge Beam the Chew, and we're going to go ahead and Dazzling, clear the board hopefully. And yeah, we'll have ourselves a clean 2-2, and we'll have a 2-2 battle here because I'm not expecting the fish to go down to this barrage, but he'll at least take some damage. Alright, oh, and we got the Terra. Okay, what Terra typing here? Again, I just have never heard that name before, Mike, so I can't tell you what I think about him as a potential trade target. Alright, Alright, oh, potentially you're trying to sneak in an E-speed there on the, oh, and that, and the light screen there absolutely coming in clutch for the Dark Pulse. There we go. And the Ho-Oh charge beaming to the now super effective Chi, who, oh, that's almost a one-hit KO. Alright, so there we go. And now the Tailwind petering out. Now we've got the lead here. I heard you the first time, Mike, but that does not change the fact that I do not know who that player is, so I can't really give you a draft evaluation as to how, or not a draft evaluation, but a evaluation on him as a player. He was QB, but now he's a wide receiver. Okay. Well, if he's a Falcons wide receiver, I'd say his season was probably hampered by the fact that Kirk Cousins fell off a cliff, but he would be behind Drake London at the very least. Go. Alright, so here we go. Depth chart. Let's see. Wide receiver. Yeah, I don't see a wide receiver with that name on their depth chart. I mean, again, it's hard. I can't give a draft evaluation on a player. I have absolutely no idea who he is. Or not even draft evaluation, but a player evaluation. Let's see. Not on the injured reserve. He's not a practice squad guy, so again, I just have no idea. Hey Nathaniel, how's it going? Let's see. Again, Desmond Ritter will probably just be a him getting cut. And it's a Kirk Cousins. I don't know what they end up doing there. Notre Dame favored by 1.5 points. All right, well they've kept it close enough that it could be a thing. Miami Dolphins want Hill out. Yeah, again, we've talked about this. But, yeah. Supposedly, Tyreek Hill hasn't officially requested a trade, so it seems like all that was kind of early speculation, but the fact that he did give up on the team, the early speculation is the fact that because he gave up on the team in the third quarter of their game against the New York Jets last week, that I could see Miami getting rid of him, and supposedly it sounds like, again, based on his post-game interview, that maybe he didn't want to be there, but again, the GM after that has said that he's spoken to Tyreek Hill and that they expect that he will be back. So, again, I think that is at least for the moment, it's a bit of a nothing trade until after the playoffs. Deebo Samuel, come on, dude. Seriously. I mean, Deebo Samuel, I could see maybe a trade, but again, we can't have a trade until, trades aren't even available till March, so there's no real point to speculating about trades right now. But yeah, Miami did have a disappointing season. They were potentially one win away from the playoffs. Dusclops, Hand Assault, Cheap Powder, Grim Snarl. Alright, so we get he starts exerting pressure here. We just got Secret Sword into Gargant Assault, and let's go Reflect. I don't see why the Kansas City Chiefs would take Hill back, mainly because they're making it work with receivers who are getting paid way less than Hill is, and they're winning, so why change anything up? I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're winning without him, no real sense to go out of your way to go ahead and bring in the, to bring back in the guy that you weren't winning with. So, yeah, I don't see any reason why you would go back to the Chiefs outside of as a just retirement tour. Yeah, again, I don't know that Hill even wants to go back to the Chiefs, but if he does, I don't know that the Chiefs necessarily want him back because, again, they are making it work with receivers who are getting paid far less and could potentially play for far longer. In the form of Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. I don't see any reason why they would go ahead and bring him back. Daniel Jones, he's currently he's a backup in Minnesota. Again, probably just gets cut in the offseason, and then we'll end up going to some other team unless a team wants to trade for him now that he's been cut. But again, I don't know because he didn't obviously fetch any trade value and hasn't shown any improvement, obviously. So again, I don't know. I'm just assuming he is set to be a career backup the rest of his career. Alright, so there we go. Again, we should be getting ready to come back from the halftime here shortly. Again, we will be streaming both college football games tonight and tomorrow night's college football semifinal games. Derek Carr. Again, nothing's going to happen to Derek Carr until the new season in March, until the new league year begins in March anyway. So again, it's one of those things where it's kind of pointless to speculate at this point because there's nothing that's going to happen until then. So there we go. They're showing some highlights from the halftime show here. Might be that it's still going on. I don't know. Alright. So yeah, again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So the QBs that are on expiring deals for the most part, like Joe Flacco in Indianapolis, Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, but there really isn't Trey Lance. I don't even know if he's on an expiring deal this year or not. Tyler Huntley, I think, would be smart to just stay in Miami as a backup. I don't see any reason for him to be looking to move on. I think backup in Miami is a good spot for Tyler Huntley, so I don't know why he would move on, but again, right now, Michael of the Cowboys. Are you talking about Mike McCarthy? Are you talking about Micah Parsons? I have no idea who you were referring to there. Alright, there we go. We take down the Gargant Assault, finally get rid of him, and then we can go ahead and start focusing on the rest of the match. Minshew, again, Minshew's probably gone, but again, I don't think Minshew's a big mover or shaker anyway. If he signs somewhere, it'll probably be as a backup. Okay, I've got no idea who Michael Cooper is. There's Ogre Pawn coming on out. We got 2 turns of Reflect left. And we don't have Trick, and Trick Room is no longer in effect. I think we go ahead and we leave this thing in. Oh, okay, Cooper Rush. Again, Cooper Rush, he's been a long-time Cowboy backup. I expect that he will probably stay there and just work as a backup going forward. Again, it comes down to what Jerry Jones decides to do, which Jerry Jones doesn't seem to be a super logical guy, but he, if you're with him for long enough, like Cooper Rush has been, I very much could see him sticking with his guy. So, yeah, Cooper Rush, again, he hasn't shown anything in any of his games that would make me want him more than any of the others, so, than any of the other backup quarterbacks that are easily available. I mean, he hasn't shown me anything that shows me that he's much more than, say, than a Minshew, a Kirk Cousins, a Joe Flacco, for example. Patrick Mahomes just isn't going to get traded. That just isn't going to happen. And anyone saying that he's going to get traded is just has no idea what they're talking about. Again, none of those players, Mike, are going to get traded because they're way too valuable to the team for Kansas City. They're not going to get traded. So there's no reason to even bother talking about trade value. I mean, Mahomes would be worth probably 6 first-rounders, and even then you probably don't get them. Alright, here we go. They're coming back from commercial break. We will be hopping back over there shortly. Alright, so here we go. 3-10 is the score here. Penn State and then Nittany Lions. Yeah, going up against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Penn State leads 10-3. But I believe that they will be getting it back here. Who was the Colts player with glass? I have no idea which player that would be. If you're talking about a Colts player that's made of glass, you might be talking about Anthony Richardson, but I have no idea. So there we go. Riley Leonard is going into the injury tent and is being evaluated for a concussion. So he is currently not going to be he's not going to be out here at the moment. He is still suited up on the sideline, so he could potentially get brought back out here to go for it. Alright, so there we go. We get that one shot. And again, the Penn State getting ready to kick this one away. It'll be Notre Dame ball when we get back. Alright, there we go. Out back the end zone, and it will be brought out to the 25. should hopefully have this game wrapped up here shortly. Yeah, because it's a ranked match, I don't want to just give a free loss to my opponent. We'll have the Rodrigo Blankenship. He's a kicker. We didn't retain him 2 years ago after the missed kick, and we brought in Matt Gay, and he's been great for us ever since. So I haven't seen I haven't really worried about him. I don't know where he's playing now. I think he's still in the league, but there we go. Delay of game penalty. Are you kidding me? A delay of game penalty first? Play off the snap, takes the snap, handoff here, and runs it up the middle for 5 yards, and that gets them right back to where they were before the delay of game. Alright, so Matt Ariza was a punter who was drafted by Buffalo. Got kicked out of the league for a year or two after some now known to be false allegations were made about him at a college party, which he was not even in attendance for. And then now he's the punter over in Kansas City. Not much to it. Again, glad that he wasn't a part of it. I hate it for all the real victims out there that we know exist that are going to be suffered because of the fact that someone wanted to make a false allegation against him. Here we go, runs up the middle, and there we go, number 4 getting the first down, and that is a couple of good first downs there. All right, so there we go. But yeah, again, I'm glad Matt Ariza's name got cleared because, again, I felt like he was a great guy. And, up until the allegations came out, and once they were proven that, false, was perfectly fine. So there we go. And running, looking for a first down there for Notre Dame, and it looks like it's going to be, yep, got it, first down. So Notre Dame with a first down here. And we are set and ready for the second half of this Orange Bowl here. Capital One present. Let's see. Crossing the 13-minute mark here in the third quarter. Again, you gotta, if you're Notre Dame here, you have to score on this drive. Lined up at your own 45 here, takes the snap. It's a little bit of a high snap, throws it up. Leonard looking for it all. Finds number 20 to the 20. There we go. Notre Dame finds player number 20 there. Williams. Okay, Blankenship says St. Louis Battlehawk. Okay, I hadn't really followed where he went from there, but I'm not shocked to see him in the USFL just because, again, that was Anais Williams on the catch there and brings it down to the 19, and that is where where they will take over and hand it off to Williams once again. Breaks it to the 10 to the 5 and just shy of the touchdown. First and goal now, Notre Dame, and now Notre Dame's coming out firing after the I saw Mike, you don't say it 2-3 times. You might be backed up a minute or so, but again, you don't need to repeat everything you say twice. But yep, so here we go. Notre Dame on the 4-yard line here. First and goal. Takes the snap. Leonard gonna try and sneak up the middle, and that is gonna be he pushes forward. Touchdown Notre Dame. There we go. Notre Dame with a touchdown. See, they are calling it Are they calling it second and goal at the line? Let's see. Wait, what are they doing? Are they really going to call this one? They might call him down at. They're going to call him down at the 3-yard line. The points come off the board. So they apparently blew the whistle and called him down by contact before he goes down there. I mean, the Chiefs haven't been punting a ton, haven't had to punt a ton, but I mean, I haven't heard about him having any problem. Yeah, no worries. I've just said it a couple times now. And there we go. Leonard goes in for the touchdown. There we go. There it is. Touchdown. Yeah, Riley Leonard gets it, and that is going to be touchdown Notre Dame. But yeah, Matariza, I mean, is just it's a punter. Punters don't make the biggest difference in the world, and as long as nothing's going wrong, punters don't really get talked about. So I'm not too worried about Kansas City's punter. So again, it's a good thing that he's not getting talked about there. And the kick is up, and it is going to be a tie game here. So we managed to find our way back to a tie game here. Notre Dame versus Penn State. Real quick, I'm gonna just throw up while we got a little bit of a timeout here as they're gonna go to commercial break. I'm gonna throw up the thing just for tomorrow's game, so I want to go ahead and get a look at it, see how it looks. Because with Ohio State, they've got a weird logo here. I have no idea what golf course you're talking about, and I have no idea why someone would set a golf course on fire. All right, so here we go. Support. It's, hmm. No idea why someone would set your local golf course on fire. All right. So I will say for Ohio State, I will actually need to go ahead and do the timeouts the other way around. I'll need to do them blacked out as opposed to the other way around. So let me know what you guys think about the Ohio State thing being pure white because their logo has the only way to do the logo would either be to have the white box around it or to put it on a white background. This is what I've come up with so far. Feel free to let me know how you guys think about that for the overlay for tomorrow. Obviously, I know that the number colors will change, but again, mostly talking about the Ohio State part of it. I mean, Ohio State they took out the number one seed, the best team, theoretically the best team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks last week. So I would say they're pretty good. So there we go. All right, so again, Notre Dame getting ready to kick this one up, and it will be yeah, the other team will be receiving. So again, this is I got the leaderboard up here for the game for tomorrow. I just was doing that for a quick tester. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it back to our normal one for tonight. All right, here we go. 10:40 is what is on the clock here as Penn State gets the football back. Takes the snap and hands it off to number 13, runs it up the middle, and that is going to be stopped pretty much for a 1, maybe 2 yard gain, depending on where they spot him. All right, so there we go. Next commercial break, I'll get myself another refill of water here, but so far, but so far, Allen and Singleton have hit 1,000 yards each. That's pretty impressive on the year. Here we go. Takes Tyler Warren on the play in here. Takes Aller takes the snap, throws it up, finds Warren, and that's gonna be third down, third and short here. Third down and short, and they are making this one work. I can't say I spend a lot of time in Starbucks, but I know when I was a kid, I really liked getting a hot chocolate there, especially when the winter months would come around. But again, I only have set foot in a Starbucks in 5, 6 years. And here we go, handoff. Oh, tries to run up the middle and gets stopped short. 4th and 1. Best Pokemon card, I guess it comes down to, are you talking about competitive or are you talking about looks? Or are you talking about value? Because value, the older they are, the better they are, in a lot of cases. If you're talking about best for competitive, I don't really know because I don't play the trading card game a ton. And if you're talking about best looks, well, that is very subjective, but I think the Urshifu Rapid Strike alt art that I have in my binder looks pretty cool. All right, neon light of the Boston Celtics. All right, cool. All right, so they punted it away. So yeah, so best looking card again. That is definitely subjective, but I have a cool looking. I definitely have a cool looking Urshifu card. Let me see if I can pull it up on the screen for you. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, right here, in my opinion, is one of my favorite cards in my personal collection. It's Ursh's. It's a full art alternate art. Rapid Strike Urshifu from the trying to remember the Battle Styles set. Again, I don't play it competitively, but again, this card was just beautiful when I got it. So yeah, this one was definitely up there as one of my favorites. Yeah, the alt arts are just really cool. Coming back from commercial break, we will be back with the game shortly. Don't you worry. And it will be Notre Dame ball. We'll get the time synced up as well because I know the time is not quite there yet. So yeah, here's another one of the cool alt art cards from my collection as well. The Galarian Zapdos V there. Alright, and again, it is actually the clock is pretty close to right. I'm kind of surprised I have it that close. Alright, so here we go. 8:41 on the clock here as it is Notre Dame ball. Takes the snap and finds number 6 to the 40. There we go. Good first play there for Notre Dame. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Do you guys have Kmart? We don't have a lot of them. They are very quickly disappearing, but yeah. I say definitely nowhere near as many as there used to be, but we do still have some around. Yeah, I've heard of Bluey. I haven't watched it at all because it's a kids' TV show, and not the I'm not the biggest kid around. Not to mention, I like kids shows from my childhood, not necessarily from this current one. So here we go. Alright, so 2nd and 8 here for the Notre Dame offense, trying to get something going. If they can go ahead and take the lead here early, that would early in the third quarter. That would be a big that'd be a big wake up call to Penn State that they need to step up their game. Hand off to number 24. And Abdul Carter comes in and takes him down for a loss. And there we go. So 3rd down, and again, Abdul Carter so far. He missed 3 snaps in this first drive of the half. Yeah, here, but he only missed 1 snap in the entire first half. So there we go. Let's see. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, fires. Oh, and he bobbles it. Incomplete, and that will stop the clock, and we got 4th and 10. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, that was hands to the face potentially there for Notre Dame, but Abdul Carter. We already kind of talked about Abdul Carter, but again, if he doesn't go to the Browns, I could see him falling to someone like clobbered number 7. I don't know. Again, I didn't see if he signaled a fair catch or not, but man, he got obliterated there. So yeah, no, he didn't signal a fair catch, and just number 7 just gets obliterated there. All right, so we're gonna go to commercial break. I'm gonna throw a quick ad break in as well, and we will be right back with the with some more of this. Here we go. Do you remember Jimmy Neutron? Yeah, I remember seeing an episode here or there, but when I think of TV's cartoons from my childhood, I think of obviously the Pokemon cartoon show. Bakugan was a fun one for me. A lot of the ones that ironically also sold toys alongside it. Yu-Gi-Oh was a fun one as well growing up. The Lego Ninjago was probably my favorite of the Lego TV shows when they were coming out with like 50,000 of those. Let's see. Rugrats was kind of a little bit before my time, or before my childhood at least. Hannah Montana I didn't really watch because my sister never had any interest in it, and the rest of those I don't remember off the top of my head outside of Arthur I'd heard of, but I again don't remember much specifically from it. It's wild terrain here. Here we go. Takes snap, drops back, fires, quick pass. Tyler Warren to the 35, taken down just shy of the 40. And there we go. First play from Penn State, and they needed to come out electric here in that one, and that they did as they come out here, and now they run out the middle, try and keep pounding the rock here. Number 10 on the carry. Believe that was Singleton. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Drew Aller looking. He's just going to dive into a defender and goes down for no gain. All right, there we go. So here we go. Let's see. Third and 7 here. Get a 3-yard run in there, and now it is going to be 3rd and 7 here. Let's see. What do you do if you're 3rd and 7 here? I think you absolutely look for a Tyler Warren throw here. Drops back looking. And no, Drew Aller fighting off the sack. And oh, no, he's going to. Yeah, he takes a big sack. There we go. No, don't remember that one. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Again, we've had 10 people. We've had somewhere between 8 to 10 people most of the night. Thank you guys for everybody that has stuck with us throughout the evening. I know certainly this game is not necessarily what we expected it to be. 4th and 15 here for the Penn State as they kick this one up, and it is going to be fielded at the 20. Oh, and he misses. They miss again. 25, taken down just shy of the 30. There we go. All right, so that is going to go ahead and that will be the turnover now. Powerpuff Girls. Yep, I remember that one. The 9-yard return on the punt, and we got ourselves a 10-10 football game, and Notre Dame has the ball back. All right, so there we go. I need to add a couple of seconds onto this here. And again, so far Notre Dame just absolutely nothing compared to what we've seen out of the Penn State has just been so much more aggressive on defense until the second half. Once the second half came around, we've had a very different, um, we had a very different second half to the first half here. Jeremiah Love still the leading leading carrier, but Anais Williams on the so in the second half, 2 carries for 17 yards. Along with he's their leading receiver, number 20. I thought he was a wide receiver, but no, he's listed as running back, which maybe he should switch to wide receiver. He'd get a better payday in the NFL if he's a wide receiver versus an NFL one. Tyler Warren, he's gotten 2 carries for 21 yards, and he's also their leading receiver on Penn State. 4 catches for 45 yards. Nobody else on Penn State has caught more than one pass tonight, and Drew Aller has only completed 7 passes total tonight, which is just an alarmingly low amount. But the fact that they've got Creighton Allen and Nick Singleton combining for over 26 carries and over 110 yards already. I mean, that is an insane amount. Let's see. Samurai Jack, I don't really remember. Batman, I didn't watch a ton of superheroes. But yeah, there we go. Come on, let's go ahead and get the commercials off the screen. Yeah, Courage Cowardly Dog. I definitely remember that one. Alright, so again, here we go. They're showing off the Vikings Rams game, and again, that game has been moved geographically there. Yeah, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Coyote, Porky Pig, yep. Yeah, I definitely remember Scooby Doo. Depending on the era, we might be talking about different eras of Scooby Doo, but here we go. Takes snap, throws it, finds 88, and that's going to be 9-yard gain there. But yeah, Scooby Doo, depending on which era we're talking about. Basically, everything up until the recent one where they have like the new Velma show is just stupid. But yeah. But yeah, what's new Scooby Doo is the era that I remember watching the most of for Scooby Doo. And the Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated too, which was definitely a lot weirder of a cartoon, but it was fun. And here we go. Leonard takes the snap and he's gonna try and run it up the middle and he gets stuffed. Not able to gain a yard here on that one, and that is gonna be 3rd down. But yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think What's New Scooby Doo came out in like the early 2000s, like 2003. But yeah, yep. So 3rd and 1. Yeah, yeah, I remember that episode of Scooby Doo meeting Kiss for the Halloween special. And, they're getting the officials out to go ahead and measure this one for whether or not it's a 1st down. So we're gonna get a measurement here, and it looks like is it gonna be? Nope, 3rd and inches. So yep, 3rd and inches. Scooby Doo meets Don Knotts. Don't remember that one. Scooby Doo meeting Batman and Robin. I remember that one. I actually have that one. I think on DVD somewhere. Also, Scooby Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters too was another one that I remember. And we got another bot coming in here. Yeah, Tom and Jerry. That's another classic. I think everybody loves some good old Tom and Jerry. All right, so it is gonna be 3rd and 1 here. Time continued to tick there, and let's see. Notre Dame getting lined up just shy of the 3-minute mark. We will get our clock synced up in a moment. Runs it up the middle, and Leonard. Oh, Leonard's gonna try and get it. Question is, did he? All right, let's see. And they are signaling first down on this one. So that is going to be first and goal. Or not first and goal, first and 10 here. All right, so here we go. Coming down to nearly 2 minutes left in this third quarter here. Takes the snap, looking, and Leonard gets tackled for his sack. Riley Leonard not able to escape the pocket there. All right, here we go. Takes the snap, handoff here, run up the middle. There we go. That's going to get back a couple of those yards after the sack. And we're going to be third and about 9, I think. All right, let's see. As a bots are the things that come in spamming links to where you can illegally watch streams of the where you can illegally watch streams of the games. Usually substantially interrupted by either ads or a big promo thing in the middle of the screen telling you to go to a website, which I wouldn't trust how safe those websites are. Here you go. Riley Leonard takes the snap, runs it himself, and goes out there. Wacky Racers. I think I remember the online game. I don't remember the TV show much at all. And Thunderbirds, I don't even remember the name of. All right, here we go. As a you can't necessarily block them. As soon as I see them, I go ahead and I delete them. What about Smallville? I don't remember Smallville off the top of my head, but oh man, again, it is getting really hot here. All right, let's see. There we go. Yeah, I remember the original Thomas the Tank Engine. I actually had a lot of the, no, again, a lot of the toy trains as a kid. Let's see. Oh, and we got another button chat. There we go. There we go. We got rid of that. There we go. Let's see. Do you remember Avengers Earth Mighty Hero cartoon? No, not really. I wasn't much of a superhero kid when it came to cartoons. I was mostly I was mostly watching again a lot of the shows that I mentioned. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Oh no, he actually handed it off to the 20, to the 15, down, and Notre Dame gets a first down there. Jay Thomas on the carry. Let's see who did. All right, so it was like 80 something there on the carry. That was wide receiver Jaden Thomas on the carry there. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Yeah, Pokemon cartoons. Yep. Yeah, the Gen 4 and 5 animes are the ones that I remember most fondly. And say we got a flag for pass interference here. And they went to the fourth quarter. Give me a moment. I must have missed the fact that one of those commercial breaks. I assumed it was just them using a timeout or something. Was actually them running out of time in the fourth here, or coming down to the fourth. So again, it is reset and boom. Any recommendations for Pokemon cartoons to watch? I've actually been rewatching through the Gen 4 portion of the anime over on Amazon Prime. In my free time. So there we go. Jalen Thomas, I don't think he's draft eligible this year. I think he's likely either 2026 or 2027 draft. But yeah, you can get a lot of seasons of Pokemon over on Amazon Prime. There's also one season on Netflix, but I get annoyed with that one because they ends up cutting off partway through through what should be a season. And there we go, runs up the side, touchdown, Notre Dame. And there we go. Runs a couple seconds off the clock. And again, Jeremiah Love finds the end zone with a touchdown. And again, we now have a 16-10 football game, and Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish, they've come to play. And now the Notre Dame team has a shot at potentially going all the way to the national championship game. But yeah. So ultimately, the season. Yeah, I remember that cartoon. But yeah, ultimately the season that they have on Netflix, it covers the original journey for Ash, but they cut off just before he goes to the Indigo League. So again, you miss out on some of my favorite parts of it. So there we go. But yeah, you can get a lot of seasons on Jeremiah Love. Again, I think he's a. Let me see what year he is. I don't. I think he might be a junior, so that means he has a choice. All right, so Jeremiah Love is number 4. Okay, he's a sophomore, so yeah, no, he's not eligible for the draft at all this upcoming year. So they'll have him for at least one more year. Yeah, so Jeremiah Love now has a rushing touchdown in 14 of his 15 games on the year so far. Any of the players playing today in the draft? Again, Abdul Carter for Penn State, along with Tyler Warren, are kind of the two biggest players that I'm watching for draft. I don't know about any Notre Dame players that are super highly touted prospects. Let's see. They've got cornerback Benjamin Morrison, who's who's going to be in the draft this year and a potential first rounder. But again, I don't even think I've called his name yet tonight. Really. And then beyond that, it basically becomes second and third rounders. But here we go. Drops back, throws it, finds Warren for a first down and more across the 50. There we go. And again, that's the kind of rebound Penn State's going to need. If their defense is going to start to fail, they need their offense to step up. All right. So yeah, right now though, this game is going pretty good here. You got Warren playing a great role here. So yeah, Tyler Warren, the 17th best overall prospect according to whoever the TV analyst is using. Let's see. Any players in college playoff eligible for draft? I mean, again, I've already mentioned that there's a few of them, but again, the biggest ones to watch are, ironically, are all out of it already. For Ohio State, they've got a couple of them, like Emeka Abua, to watch out for in tomorrow's game. Texas has a pair of O linemen that are going to be worth keeping an eye on, along with Isaiah Bond, the receiver, as a potential first rounder. And here we go. They take off and run with Drew Aller. Gets a first down. Any players with funny nicknames? Again, I don't know many of the nicknames because again, I basically only watch college football for my Gators, and then occasionally and then once we start getting close to draft time with prospects. So I don't know a ton of a ton of the college players' nicknames. Not to mention, a fair amount of them don't have nicknames just because a lot of them are somewhere between 19 and 20. So, you know, a lot of them just don't have nicknames at that point. All right, so you go ahead and get this one down inside the 20. So here we go. They're making this one work. Notre Dame having a good shot here. Let's see. All right, let's see. Lining up, takes snap, fake. Oh no, he actually hands it off to number 13, who sneaks by, fights to the 10, and that's gonna be about a first down. Might be second and short. All right, here we go. Let's see. Takes the snap, handoff here, up the middle to 13, and that's gonna be second and goal. So they did get the first and goal on that last play. And now it's going to be second and goal here for Penn State. Again, they've got both teams have all three timeouts still remaining. All right, here we go. Handoff once again. This time to number 10. Breaks free. Touchdown. Penn State. There we go. Uh, I'm sure some of them do. Again, I don't know enough about a lot of these players to know who of them did or didn't, but yeah, I would assume so. And I say, there's also just a lot of Notre Dame fans that have traveled down to Miami for this game. Kick is up, and it is good. And we now have ourselves a tie 17-17 football game. Alright, there we go. Best coaches in the playoffs could go to the NFL. They could, but it's pretty rare to see coaches jump from college to NFL, unless they. I mean, obviously we had Jim Harbaugh last year, but again, it's not a common thing to see coaches from a lot of these coaches in the college football. They have their players in college that they are working with along with their program. Again, occasionally you might see a coach or two move up. Like, for example, there's rumors that Dion Sanders could move up with his son if, let's just say, for example, Fedor got drafted to, say, the Raiders. There's a chance that Dion could follow his son to the Raiders and head and coach the Raiders to keep coaching his son. But again, there's nothing guaranteed about that. But again, a lot of the time, coaches like Nick Saban, who was one of the best college coaches of all time, he tried to make it work in the NFL, never really did, and moved back down to college where he found a lot of success before he eventually called it a career last year. And now this year without him, oh, ironically, Nick Saban's up on TV moments later. But, yep. Yeah, that one, again, once in a very great while, but I haven't heard about any college coaches being on the head coaching radar for any of the head coach needy teams. A lot of them are looking at coordinators like Ben Johnson in Detroit, who's their offensive coordinator and has coordinated a very good offense the last 2 years. Matt Campbell in running to be the Bears head coach. I have no idea who Matt Campbell even is. If you're talking about Dan's not leaving his Lions. I can tell you that with pretty good confidence on that one. Yeah, I don't know who Matt Campbell is. All right. I can't tell you about a guy if I don't have a clue who he is. Takes snap, drops back. Notre Dame looking for it, throws it up, intercepted by Penn State, and that is going to be a field flipper, and that is the change in momentum Penn State needed, and it is now right back to Penn State football. And there we go. The interception. Again, that is exactly what they needed. So now Penn State will be back in position to go ahead and try and go for another touchdown, or at the very least a field goal. And they'll have a good shot to take the lead, and they've got 10 minutes left on the clock, so Notre Dame is going to have to turn this one around quick on their next drive when and if they get a chance. Again, I don't have a clue who Matt Campbell is. Could he become a Bears head coach? Sure, I'm sure there's somebody named Matt Campbell that could very well become the Bears head coach. I know I personally sent in an application for the Bears head coaching job because I found the listing over on Indeed a little while back. So I put in an application, but I haven't heard back. So I'm guessing that I'm not going to be the next Bears head coach. But yeah, I have no idea who Matt Campbell even is. Takes snap, drops back. Drew Aller looking, throws it up and incomplete over the head of number 6. Now we'll stop the clock. Man, it is sweltering in here. Let's see. All right. 9:33 on the clock. Takes snap, drops back, looking. Oh no, he handed it off to. He took it himself and runs it up the middle. Okay, there we go. That's inventive. Runs it up the middle himself, and the quarterback takes it. It's gonna be first down, Penn State. But yeah, if you can keep going there. Matt Campbell is Iowa State's head coach. All right. I have absolutely no idea if Matt Campbell is even on the Bears' radar for potential head coach. But here we go again. Drops back, looking, firing it up, and it is going to be intercepted again. We have another interception, and the Notre Dame takes this one back. There we go. Yeah, the Iowa State Cyclones. I had no idea who he was, and again, I haven't heard his name being mentioned for potential Bears or any of the head coaching vacancies. Oh, and we got a flag. Hold up, this one could be coming back. Let's see. What's the penalty going to be? Let's see. It's going to be pass interference on the defense that wipes the interception off the board. And it will be first and goal now. First and goal from the 1. And yep, here we go. That is a devastating blow here. Let's see. Again, I haven't heard anything about him being listed as a potential head coaching candidate for any of the teams currently looking for one. But again, it doesn't mean that he's not a great head coach. But again, college coaches very rarely make the move up to the top level. All right, so it's first and goal from the 9. So that must have been the spot of the foul then. All right, here we go. Take snap, hand off here to number 13, runs it up to the side, and that's going to be about a 3-yard gain. I'll Google it, but again, I have looked into Bears head coaching list before. All right, here we go. Takes the snap, and oh, there we go. That looks like it's going to be in, and that is Penn State. And now it went from interception Notre Dame to Penn State TD. All right, so interviews completed. Drew Petzing, Vrabel, Anthony Weaver. Scheduled interviews. Pete Carroll, former Seahawks head coach. Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for the Lions on the offensive side of things. And the Giants offensive coordinator. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's his name on requested interviews, but again, they don't even have his interview scheduled. Maybe he'll end up being there, but again, I don't know. I think there's a ton of names on that list that I would give the opportunity to beforehand. And there we go. The kick was good, so that is going to be 24 points there. But yeah, again, he's just one of a long list, and I'm actually more curious as to why on earth the Giants offensive coordinator is in there, because I don't know what you've seen as the Giants offensive coordinator from the Giants offensive coordinator there. So the ones I would be looking at as serious interviews, obviously I could see Vrabel. Honestly, I don't think you take. I don't think you really want a defensive head coach. So I don't think you take Weaver. If you assuming that all these people want the job, maybe you go for Pete Carroll, Ben Johnson, Luke Wynn for sure. Joe Brady would be a potential good one. Brian Flores, if you are going to go a defensive guy, I would potentially look at Brian Flores, the Vikings defensive coordinator, as your potential option there. And then Arthur Smith, again, would be he's a weird one, but maybe weird works for the Bears. Yep. Yeah, Pete Carroll, the former Seahawks head coach, is on the list. Joe Brady, yeah, I'm just looked through the list, and again, I saw that his name is on there, but again, it's a long list of names, and only one person can get the job. And I don't know of anything specifically with the Iowa State Cyclones that would make you want them over some of the other ones. All right, so here we go. They're getting ready for this one. Let's see. Who's Joe Brady? All right. Again, one question at a time, please. But so Joe Brady is the current Bills offensive coordinator. He took over as offensive coordinator after they got rid of after they got rid of their offensive coordinator midway through last year. So he's been an offensive coordinator of the Bills for a year and a half and one could say that he's done well, but also one could say that it was Josh Allen that made him. Cliff Kingsbury, he was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray for several years. Then he went down to college for a year where he worked with Caleb Williams, who ended up becoming first overall pick this year, and then he moved back up to the pros with as the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, where he has been up to now. And David Shaw, I'd have to look at the list again to see who he is, because I don't remember who he is off the top of my head. Let's see. All right. Takes the snap. It's Notre Dame's ball, and oh, they get dropped for a big loss there. Let's go ahead and get the ball moved across. Okay, so David Shaw is just a random. Well, I'm sure he has some level of knowledge, but he's a senior personal executive at the Denver Broncos. So loss of 4 yards on that play here. Takes the snap, drops back, quick pass here, finds number one, and he gets close. It's gonna be third and short. Yeah, so Cliff Kingsbury, current offensive coordinator there with the Commanders. Again, in a situation where I believe they have a defensive head coach, the offensive coordinator is typically a bit of a highlight, which, again, similar to Ben Johnson in Detroit, that definitely starts to become a very attractive position very quickly. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, scrambling, throws it up, finds number one, and that's going to be first down. They managed to get that one first down. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Takes snap, drops back, looking, and it's gonna be fires up, finds number four for a short gain. That's Love. Jeremiah Love on the catch there. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. The clock stopped for something here. Let's see. We got a timeout here. Timeout on. Alright, I guess I said there was a timeout. Yeah, I wish I could be the head coach of the Bears too. That would have been a pretty cool position to have gotten. I threw my name in the hat, but I guess they didn't find my 0 years of coaching sufficient. So it was over on Indeed a couple months ago, back when they first fired their head coach. But I would assume that the listing's probably been taken down by now, because I'm assuming that now that they're doing their like final rounds of interviews here with actual people in the industry, that odds are they aren't going to be taking anybody just from an online post. So that was back in like November that they put that. Again, I don't think the thing is still up, so I don't think you can uh, do anything about that. Oh, man, and just sweltering here. Takes snap, fires, finds a receiver wide open to the 35, or to the 20, 15, 10, touchdown, Notre Dame. There we go. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They go ahead and bring this one down to a 1 point game. Notre Dame finds Jaden Greathouse wide open, and that is going to be a touchdown, Notre Dame. There we go. Yeah, so they've taken down the posting since I found it originally over on here. Although apparently my mom's alma mater is looking for a football head coach at Bentley University, but again, I'm not that interested in being a one. But yeah, there we go. I don't have his number, so if you can find his phone number, I mean, prank calls are up to you. But again, if you somehow can get his phone number, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated if I do get called about the Bears head coaching job. But again, it is not. It's no longer listed on Indeed, so I'm guessing that again they've narrowed it down to their group of about 9 guys. They'll end up hiring somebody off that list. So there we go. Man, absolutely sweltering here. The kick was good, by the way. So there we go. It is a 24-24 game. It's a dead even tie. Nobody's been able to find an edge here. And it will be Penn State ball when they get back. Penn State's goal here should be to run down the clock and kick a game-winning either field goal or get the game-winning touchdown with very little time left. So, yep, there we go. But yeah, Notre Dame's receiver has been doing amazing. There we go. Let's see. All right, Rayoum Brothers have acquired the number 2 truck for the upcoming NASCAR Truck Series season. All right, so there we go. I will say I'm surprised that Ryan Poles isn't fired by the Bears at this point. Yeah, because yeah, Ryan Poles probably should have been gone to, just complete clean slate it. Here we go. The kick is up, and it is going to be into the back of the end zone, and it will be brought out to the 25, and that is where they will take over on the ground here. Yeah, likely in order to be able to actually have any shot at that, you'd need to be offensive coordinator for X amount of time. Then you'd need to be, yeah, and before that, you'd probably need to be a positional coach. Again, and it's one of those things that you work your way up the ladder. You can either be high school, junior high, something like that, as the starting way to try and get in. And we got a flag on the first play here. What's the flag for? False start on the Penn State, so Penn State is going to get moved back another 5 yards here. All right, so here we go. Takes snap, drops back, looking, throws, finds number 10. Short completion to the 25, down just shy of the 30. Again, we're getting pretty close to the end of this game. We might be going to overtime. You guys excited for overtime? If so, I'm certainly stoked here. Okay, he found his phone number. All right. Well, again, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of prank calls, but again, I can't stop you. So go right ahead and if you want to, and see what happens. But yeah, I'd be shocked that you found it that easily. All right, and now it's third down here, so they weren't able to convert it there on that one. 3rd and 3. All right, let's see. So it takes snap, drops back, looking, scrambles. He's scrambling. He's running, and oh, he finds no gain there, and that's gonna be 4th and 3 here. And now, again, Penn State, they may have just blundered a great opportunity here. Because Penn State may have just had a good chance there. All right. And the punt is up. It is good, and it is going to be fielded at the 25, and that is going to be fair caught to avoid taking a hit. And that will stop the clock. And there we go. 2:34 on the clock, and that is where the Notre Dame offense will take back over possession of the football here. All right, well, again, if you want to do it, go right ahead. I can't stop you. But again, remember, he hasn't even officially scheduled an interview. He's only had the interview's only been requested. So if you want want him to actually buy the prank call, you would need to make sure that you're not gonna act. You shouldn't be acting like he's just getting it. Takes the snap and runs it up the sideline. There we go. All right, 2nd and 2 here for the Notre Dame offense. Let's see. Okay, And they go to 2-minute warning. So, all right, they're just taking this thing straight to the 2-minute warning. They're going to send this one to the break, and we are just chilling here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. I know I certainly am. Yeah, we got a lot of games still to play here. This game is by no means over. I am actually looking forward to the rest of this one. Let's see. Iowa State Cyclones. Are they a good team? I mean, they're not terrible, but again, it's one of those things where Iowa State, they're not in the upper echelon of team. They aren't like your Ohio States, your Georgias, your Alabamas. But they had a pretty solid season. They ended up they got to play against potential Heisman candidate and more specifically potential first overall pick here. All right, let's see. So again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Am I doing any more? Oh, come on, another bot popping on here. Am I doing any more games? So again, I've said this a couple times, but I'll gladly go ahead and restate it. I will be streaming tomorrow night's game between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma, or not Oklahoma, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. So we'll be streaming that game, and then we will also be streaming the other two games on Saturday. I don't know. I don't have a smartwatch, so I don't know what you can or can't do on them. I'd be a little bit surprised if you could watch YouTube on them, but again, that's just coming from somebody who has never owned one. So again, we're getting ready to come back here. 2-minute warning, so we got 2 minutes left here and potential overtime here in the Orange Bowl. Yes, I'm streaming tomorrow. I believe it is 7:30. Takes snap, handoff to Jeremiah Love, and he storms forward and not able to get the first down. Let me just double check that time here real quick. But yeah, it'll be the Cotton Bowl tomorrow, and yep, 7:30. So about 7:20 or so, I will be live here on YouTube. Yeah, stream will go public about an hour beforehand. But yep, and there we go. Handoff up the middle, and that is going to be. There we go. Let's see. We got the first down, so now. Oh no! Oh, we got a Notre Dame player down on the field, potentially injured. We'll have to. What's that? The clock will stop here as they go ahead and check on the player. It's number 3 for for Penn State. That's 7:30 Eastern time, so I don't know what time that is for you, but yeah, 7:30 Eastern, yeah, 6:30 Central time. Um, again, I don't know if you can watch on a smart watch. Again, I've never owned one, so I can't tell you what you can and can't do on there. And then, um, but a laptop definitely. You could even just listen on a if you have an earbud or whatever. Could listen in through a phone or something that would be in your pocket if you don't want to seem rude. But again, certainly is not required. So that is Jalen Kimber on the who is down for the Penn State team. But as again, this. All right, yeah, no worries. Again, you guys don't have to ever feel obligated to necessarily show up or anything. Again, I appreciate you guys being here when you guys are available too. But again, this channel will survive, but yeah, I'd say definitely helps when you guys are here. So here we go. Take snap, drops back, and let's see. Oh, tries to scramble up through the middle, and okay, whose jersey am I wearing? I've got the Anthony Richardson Florida Gators jersey. Um, got that one for Christmas from my parents. As I've been a Richardson fan, I'm both a Florida Gators fan and a Colts fan, so got to see the same college quarterback that I loved at Florida. Got to see him go right up to the pros. And here we go. Ooh, wow, that might be a flag. Oh, yep, hands to the face right there. That absolutely. So that is going to be a penalty there for the for Penn State. That's going to be first down here. So 1:14 on the clock. They are not yet in field goal range, so they are going to have to try and get close. Again, all you need to do is necessarily get close and then kick the last second field goal. So here we go. Drops back, looking. Number 13, Riley Leonard, looking. He's just going to take it and run it himself and runs out of bounds. Running out of bounds stops the clock, and there we go. 2nd and 5 here. So he picked up 5 on that run. Mitch Jeter, the field goal kicker here, he went 6 for 12 in the regular season, and so far he's 6 for 7 in the playoffs, which means he would be due for a miss here as we get later and later into this game. All right, well, no worries. College kickers are a crapshoot, yeah. I mean, again, as I mentioned, he went 6 for 12 in the regular season, which is a 50-50. I believe that was an incomplete pass there. No gain of yardage and lost a couple of seconds there. 59 seconds on the clock here, 3rd and 5. So here we go. Let's see. Just under a minute. No timeouts have been used so far, so still plenty of potential timeouts here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Lined up, they've got Riley Leonard in shotgun here with a back off to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, looking. Leonard gets taken down with a sack, and that is going to be another costly sack there. If I'm if I'm Penn State here, I'm calling the timeout to try and let them get this one up, but potentially looks like maybe that's not the goal of the Penn State there. Next Sunday, am I streaming? Are you talking about in like 3 days, or are you talking about a week from Sunday? Because yeah, I'll be streaming the for sure the Packers Eagles game this upcoming Sunday. Divisional round, it'll depend on what football games are on. But yeah, so I'll be rooting for the Packers to beat the Eagles, hopefully. All right. Oh, and okay, so Penn State did ultimately call their timeout. It took them forever to do so, but they did call their timeout. So that means we got 52 seconds on the clock here. And they are getting this one ready. Are you streaming this upcoming Sunday? Again, I'd have to calculate the Australian time, but here we go. Kick is up, and it is going to be fair caught at the 15, and that is where they will take over possession of the football here. Now Penn State has 47 seconds to try and avoid overtime by going down the field and kicking a field goal, or more likely getting the touchdown. So there we go. All right. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. 47 seconds left on the clock here. Drew Aller out here for the Penn State Natty Lions here. Takes the snap. Handoff here to number 10. Tries to sneak up the sideline. Kansas City Chiefs, again, I don't know who they're playing yet, and I don't know what time they're playing at. Because the Chiefs are on a bye week this week, so they don't have a game this coming Sunday. They'll be playing a week from Sunday. Will be their first playoff game. There's a good chance I'll end up doing the. There's a good chance I'll end up doing that one. Drew Aller throws it out of the sack, and oh, it's picked. It's picked off. Oh my gosh, we just had a pick. But yeah, so 4:30. All right, so I will be going live. Oh, so for the. All right, so it looks like. All right, so again, they're gonna challenge the interception, but I think he had it. All right, let's see. All right, so it would be about 10:30 or 8:30 your time that I'll be streaming on Sunday. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm catching up on messages here. Let's see. All right, Broncos over the Bills. All right, cool. That's a little bit of an upset there. When doing the Bills game, I will not be home by the time the Bills game goes on. I wish I could stream the Bills game. All right. So again, give me a second. We will have the. I'll go through the full schedule in a minute when we have a potential down here. But here we go. Run. Riley tries to get that one. Not able to get a first down. Time continues to tick. Oh nope. Time gets stopped here. Why did time get? Oh, Notre Dame called the timeout. Okay. So it's Green Bay Eagles, and I will be streaming that one at 4:30 Eastern time, which should be I believe 8:30 your time. Pittsburgh versus Ravens, I will be streaming. Again, the Bills game is the only one I absolutely can't because I am going to be at work. I really can't throw a pick there. That's people said you go to the NFL draft. Yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed that Drew Aller would be a potential one more year in college to potentially brighten up on some of those things. But yeah, here we go. Take snap. Oh, a high snap there. Riley gonna run up the middle, and oh man, he just gets overpowered and taken down. It's gonna be another couple seconds off the clock. I'll see him move the ball over. Notre Dame calls their second timeout here. So yeah. So again, I'll be streaming both games on Saturday, which as they're going ahead and calling their timeout, we'll have a moment to go ahead and look at the schedule so I can actually tell you for sure. So Chargers Texans 4:30 on Saturday. I'll be streaming that game and the Steelers game. And these times are in Eastern Standard, so you can do the appropriate calculations for your own personal time zones. But 4:30 Eastern time, 3:30 Central for the Chargers versus Texans. Ravens versus Steelers will be going off at 8 p.m. Saturday. Then Packers Eagles will be at 4:30 on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers Commanders game is at 8 p.m. Sunday night. I don't know if I'll be streaming that one. Throws it up, finds a first down, and that's inside of field goal range for their kicker. And that might be the end of this one here. Let's see, 16 seconds on the clock, and the time has stopped. Let's see. They're going to try and clock this one. All right, so they spike the ball, drop 2 seconds here off the clock. So they spike the ball, so they've got time. They've got a full timeout here. But yeah, so again, Commanders, Buccaneers, that one's an 8 p.m. Sunday night game. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that one. And then Monday night, 8 p.m. for the Vikings, I will definitely be streaming, or I'm leaning towards streaming that one. So there we go. Toronto's Sports Insiders does all Buffalo Bills games. Yep. And again, there's a lot of people who do the Buffalo Bills game. Did they just run the ball? Third down. I mean, they do have a timeout that they can burn, but okay, I guess they did that just to center the ball, which I guess works. And then they'll call their final timeout here. Oh no, Penn State called the timeout this time. Okay. So Penn State burns the timeout here. 14 seconds on the clock. So third and 10. Again, there's still plenty of time here. Yep. Yeah, I also know quite a few people who stream a lot of them. And again, if I was off on Sunday, I would absolutely be streaming that Bills game because I wish I could. But again, I'm just not home from work until after that game will have already started. In fact, that game will pretty much be at halftime by the time I'm getting off work. All right, here we go. And they take it. They run it up the middle, and that is going to be down at the 10. Or not down at the 10, but down 10 seconds here. And let's see. I'm assuming this is going to be Notre Dame calling the timeout. No, Penn State calls their final timeout. I am very confused as to why Penn State is wasting their timeouts when Notre Dame would absolutely be calling their final timeout here. Otherwise, but again, I mean, maybe you are very comfortable going to overtime, which, I mean, granted, if you do go to overtime, it certainly would be interested. Alright, so here we go. Again, the kicker is out there, going to be getting lined up. It's 4th and 8, so they don't have, there's no way they can go ahead and try and get some extra yards here. Let's see. Right, how long is this field goal going to be? It's going to be a long one here. 41-yard attempt. Okay. So, 41-yard attempt. They do have 12 seconds on the clock, but I'm assuming that this kick will essentially end the game. Takes the snap. The kick is up, and it is going to be good. And there we go. That is going to go ahead and take the lead here with 7 seconds on the clock. And the Notre Dame team takes the lead. Only 7 seconds left. All you need to do is burn up 7 seconds on the clock here, and this game will be over. Alright, so again, we are very close to the end of this game. Looks like we are going to escape without overtime unless we get a massive play by... in fact, I don't think there is a way we go to overtime. I think Penn State could get this back with a one-play touchdown, but they can't go ahead and get that one. Oh, cute. You got a baby cow. And you named him Mahomes. All right. Feel like that'd be a more fitting name for a goat, but there we go. And yep, the Fighting Irish look like they're going to be fighting all the way to a national championship here 1 week from 1 week from Monday. But yeah, there we go. So there we go. We're lined up. We got 13 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has tuned in. Again, reminder, I will be live tomorrow night, 7:20 Eastern, for Game 2 of the semifinals here. And let's see, what kind of play call does Penn State draw up here for the final play of the game here? Again, it is you potentially get one play. If you attempt to return the ball here, you are essentially giving up that one play, and you're just going to go ahead and take this one. So if I'm Notre Dame, I'm kicking this one somewhat short. And nope, it will be kicked into the end zone, and that will be no time run off the clock. And it will be Notre Dame, or it'll be Penn State ball here, 8 seconds on the clock. So again, 8 seconds left. Penn State has one shot. They have to throw it downfield to try and win this game. And if they can throw it down, if they can chuck it downfield like that and get the win, that would be amazing. If not, looks like we will see the Notre Dame in the thing. Okay, throws it up and throws it away. 4 seconds. Penn State blew a 10-0 lead, just like when they played Ohio State. Yeah, well, that is just kind of one of those things. You got to be able to fight in the second half. So there we go. All right, so now you got 4 seconds left. You absolutely just need to be going for the end zone here. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, fires. Oh, and they're going to try and take it. Number 6, laterals it back, looking. Oh, no. Got to go backwards and out of bounds, and that is going to be the end of the game. Final here in the Orange Bowl down in Miami as the Notre Dame team swarms the stadium. Thank you guys for everybody that decided to spend even just a portion of your busy Thursday evenings here with me as that game goes final. And again, the first time Notre Dame will be back to the national championship since 2013. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We will be back tomorrow for the Ohio State versus Texas game at 7:30 Eastern. Stream will be going live about 7:20 or so. But yeah, until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye. There we go.